Hello and welcome on in, everybody. This is our writing critique stream where all of my lovely people in chat actually submit their writing for me to critique. You guys in chat can also give critiques. The only rule is you just gotta be nice about it. But otherwise, welcome on in. Everyone's, Oh wait, why can't I hear the text-to-speech? What happened? Baby raccoon, what happened? Text-to-speech is up. That's active, that's active. Did anyone hear baby raccoons? Text-to-speech? I don't think I did. Baby raccoon, what did you do? You can't just eat somebody, you can't just eat somebody's points. Let me see if I can do it. Otherwise, I will disable it. So here. Hi, it's so good to see you. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Hide and Heart. Hi, everybody. I'm just looking. I don't know why Baby Raccoon ate those points. Hi, Chatty Matty. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead and type here in the chat stream. Starting now. Let's see. Hi, what? It's good to see you. So let me see here. If Baby Raccoon's whole voice to text to speech thing isn't working, let me look at the viewers. I'll go ahead and disable it just because I don't know what's happening with it. Power up some channel. Raccoon text to speech. No longer enabled. There we go. So now I should be able to go back. Okay, we still here? We all good? Perfect. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why Baby Raccoon ate those points. The Sailor Moon patch is so pretty. Oh, I'm so happy you like it. I'm so glad. Yeah. I was so worried at first. I'm like, oh man, it's supposed to be a really, really light blue. Because at first I thought it was black and white. It was supposed to be black and light blue. And I'm like, oh man, I hope we have that really, really light blue color. And I think we, at least on my screen settings, I think we matched it pretty well. It might be a little bit more blue than the reference patch you showed, but I still think we kind of got the gist of it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. You wrote a silly romance that made someone that made you kick and giggle. Now you want to write a romance that will make someone kick and giggle? Oh my god. That's always one of the best parts. Atalanta and Artemis, I'm tempted to just make a flashback with Atalanta, since I loved writing her in book 2. Okay. That looked perfect to you? Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy that we're able to ship it out a bit earlier than I thought too. Because I know it's a birthday present for your mom, right? So I'm like, ooh, you never wanna be too tied up against a deadline either, right? I added it's not too much, but I added in some extra little goodies in there too. I added in like a little postcard that we have, and I think I put in like a mini patch or two that I thought kind of worked with the Sailor Moon theme. I think it's like a little moon or a little star. So there's some little goodies in there too. I hope that you'll like it. Yes, that's the bit. Alrighty. So, for anyone who's unfamiliar with it, I did do roll call earlier in the Discord. I think I can pull it up without you guys seeing it. Yeah. And let me see. Somebody first responded, but they won't make it tonight. Hide and Heart said they could go. I think Chatty Matty said you could go, but Chatty Matty, you just submitted it. And there's 19 other people in the queue, so I'm just gonna try and see if there's anyone else who's been waiting, because I hate to make people wait, especially now that some of the earliest ones have gone like over 2 months now, and I really want to make sure people aren't waiting too long, because that never feels good. You guys are excited to see Raccoon News and Raccoon News Special 1? Nice! I'm so excited. I'm excited for it too. I know you were giving permission for me to start doing it now, for me to start doing Raccoon Channel 6 News. But you know, I think at the end of the day, it kind of depends on how you guys want it. Do you want me to do a Raccoon Channel 6 News after a submission or two? Or would you just prefer me to wait and do more of the special and just give you guys more time? I'll let you guys decide on that, because you know this is such a fun project for you guys. I always want to be respectful of that. I want to do it in a way that would make you guys happy. The new update on the Civil War goes crazy hard. Oh my goodness. Now I'm getting so excited. You just want to let me know that was there. That's all good. That's all good. But yeah, there are some older ones. I know Superstar has some real life issues. That's perfectly fine. Lord Sanctify, we've done a couple of theirs, so I'm not too worried about getting them. They're the first one in the queue, so just kind of... But they're not like a new person who has never gone a critique before, so I'm not super worried about Lord Sanctify either. But Eli and I think Nova might be new ones, so if anyone hears from Eli Illustrates or Nova the Therian, go ahead and let me know, because I want to get their pieces read. Otherwise I'll have to get them out of the queue. For the 40th stream streak! Oh, that's so exciting. That's amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for so long. That's so exciting. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but yeah, I've been working a little bit more. It's not anything super crazy, but I'm slowly working on getting some more social media content up. And I've started scripting. They're not finished scripts yet, but I'm starting scripting some YouTube videos that will be released later. So I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to amp things up a bit. They have been read before? They just aren't coming out? Oh, okay. Well, at least they have been read before. That makes me feel better. Maximum's been read before. I think we've read Hellenic Taoist once. At least once before. I think so. Your Blen is mine? I don't know how to say that one. It's just your Blen. I'm gonna call them your Blen. I don't think we've read from them. Mr. Ozzy the Headhunter, and then Mr. Wobblebones. Those are all, and then Aliquis? Tisis? Those are all new ones, I think. Hi, Ghost! Are you looking at the ceiling? Why are you looking at the ceiling, baby boy? You're just a baby. You got a pretty bad headache? I'm gonna go get some water. That's right, everyone hydrate. Here, I'll even give you guys a free sippy. Ghosty Woasty here for the meow meows. I don't think he's not meowing or anything. He's just looking at the ceiling. He's listening to the voices. He's listening to the voices. But otherwise, if none of those ones are here in chat currently, let me see who I got. White Boy, Zoe, Aria, I don't believe you guys have anything in the queue right now, right? We have Chatty Maddie. We have Hide and Heart. What? Do you have anything? I don't see anything for what. At least not on my current list. You got 900 points? That's exciting. Yeah, it took a long time for Zoe to get that many points. They were doing a little countdown and stuff too every time they got closer. You're here just for the lore and positive vibes? Aw, thank you. Tries writing and I don't like anything I do. That's part of the process. The first time it's like any art skill you kind of start developing. The first little bit, you're not even drawing good stick figures. You're drawing like little lopsided stick figures. You try to show someone your stick figures and they're like, did you try drawing a bug? And you're like, no, I tried drawing me as a superhero. What do you mean? That's my cape. And they're like, oh, I thought it was a bug and a giraffe. And you were like, no. Right? It's like any skill set. You gotta make the garbage first. And then as you keep working on your stuff, you start improving on one thing. And then it just gradually snowballs the more time you can spend on it. It's all just part of the process. Let's see. Slurk stream is 15 streams. Oh wait, what was happening? Yeah, no things to be put for submission? Okay. Not yet. I think the special would be second after the raccoon news. Oh, so we're gonna do normal raccoon news and then the special. You're gonna maybe have stuff for next stream. What? Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm excited. Not even drawing good stick figures. Look, look. If my drawings are that bad, why are you hanging them on your fridge? Wait, fridge, you say? Hold on. Do I still have Baby Raccoon's fridge? Oh, but also, everyone, a sneak peek. Let me close the Discord real quick. Yes, this is everything typed out for the last ballerinas with the proper ending that I remember. And I went through, and these are just the critiques and the edits that I could find for my own writing. Now, does that mean that's all the edits and critiques? No, because it's really hard to edit and critique your own writing without an outside point of view. But to give you guys perspective, you can see on the side all the different like lines I wanted to add, critiques, things I know is being inconsistent, how I even skipped the timeline a little bit with this. I know I point out your guys is sometimes skipping the timeline a bit. I was skipping the timeline too. We all do it. It happens. I thought I was scrolling fast enough you wouldn't notice it. Hold on, let me see. Where was that? Let's see. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is one of my insults here. Let me see if I can get past Baby Raccoon. Hello, Galactic Honey. It's so good to see you. Welcome on in. But yeah, you can see I don't take my edits very seriously, right? It's very casual. I never get my feelings hurt from it. These are my own comments to myself. I have, what was this one for? It was for this. Oh yeah, I described a dome as like glass, but I had mentioned earlier it was not made of glass. It was made from some unknown material. And so my comment here was, oh bitch brain, you literally mentioned earlier that the fucking material wasn't glass. Why are you calling it glass here? Make up your bird-brained mind. So as you can see, when I do the critiques for you guys in stream, I'm a lot gentler, I'm a lot nicer. But it's totally okay to let your guard down, to not be so serious, to not be super uptight and emotionally invested in getting critique. You can just have like, oh my god, my brain was silly, right? See, what did I even put something here where it's like, why did past me just never shut up with my too long sentences? Why did past me had to use commas and semicolons like my life depended on it? I just had silly notes for myself. You're gonna do art fight this year? That's exciting. That's exciting. Cryptid is part bird? Oh, please no. Please no. Birds are scary. You're mean to yourself? Yeah, yeah. I love these edits comments. Oh my god, here's another edit you guys can see. Here's one. I had two characters talking in the same paragraph, which normally I'm good about when there's a new speaker, it's a new paragraph. I don't know why I didn't do it here. So yeah, there's two speakers in the same paragraph. And so I said, same thing, Paula and Charlie talk in the same paragraph. And I think that's illegal. I hear the cops coming now. They're breaking down the door. Ah! They are not serious notes, guys. But, you know, it's pointing out stuff like, oh yeah, I messed up the formatting for that. That needs to be split up a bit so they each have their own paragraphs. You got a glass of water? You look, but I don't have any headache medicine, no! So you can get a cool cloth, put it on your head. Sometimes that helps too. Sometimes turning down the lights a little bit. Not staring at any screens too hard, just kind of listening in the background without staring at it, just to rest your eyes a bit. All that kind of stuff. I'm so sorry, Aria. You're making character art for the Memory Gate. Oh, I don't think I know that one. But you already have one of the gods made. That sounds exciting. That sounds like great progress. That sounds like a cool project. Oh. You can see a note here, how to... I don't know how copy editors know shit. Because I noticed some... What did I notice here? Oh yeah, I had the quote, ending, but also the dialogue ending. So I was like, is it quote period quotation marks? Wait, I was trying to figure out how to format this, and I can tell it's weird, but I still don't know what the fix is, so I just marked it here for me to look up later. And I was just like, I don't know how copy editors do this stuff. I don't know grammar. I don't know all the rules. I get enough to pass by, and that's it. But anyway, yeah, so if anyone's wondering, I do have The Last Ballerinas entirely typed up with the correct ending, and I have at least my rounds of stuff I noticed with my own work, with my own writing. So that might be being posted maybe to the writing section or to a new section in the Discord I'll have Roots make. I'm not sure, but I know some people are wanting to, since I give critique, they wanted to see my own writing and offer critique on it back. So I'll look into somehow sharing this in some way, shape, or form. Been checking on sodas and tea lately, so I was bound to catch up at some point. Oh my god, you're gonna throw some Tylenol or ibuprofen at your head with the force of a brick? That's how it works, right? Oh, I think even if you did it with the same force. Now, since it's smaller, since a pill is smaller than a brick, does it act more like a bullet? Is that gonna just... I don't know, maybe it's more dangerous then. Maybe it's more danger. It's kind of like me and Baby Raccoon here. I'm much taller than Baby Raccoon, but don't be deceived. I think Baby Raccoon's the actual more dangerous one because he's smaller. It's more compact. All the evil's more compacted into a small form. It's scary. Oh, you'll just throw the box. Oh, that's probably safe then. That's probably safe. There's more surface area. Alright, let me check on you, Galactic. Do we have anything in the queue for you? I don't believe so. What do you guys think? Second comment. What do you guys think? Because I've been on and off a little bit about it, about how to handle when something's been in the queue for a long time and schedules just don't match up. There's some that have been in here for over 2 months, and I'll be getting rid of those soon. No, that does not mean anything bad. It just means if you still want your stuff to be read, you just resubmit it. I don't have any worries about it. Nobody's in trouble. Nobody can cancel your birthday parties. It's all good. It just gets rid of it for now until like you try again, and we'll see if the schedule works out a bit better. But also I personally, and I've tried it and I don't like it. I personally don't like messaging people or DMing people to be like, hey, your stuff's been in the queue for a while. Will you be on tonight? It seems, one, it's intrusive, it's annoying. I don't like doing it. I think it's inappropriate for a streamer to be reaching out to like individual people and being like, hey. It could be considered bothersome. It could be considered like, you know, again, like inappropriate. So I don't want to be messaging people being like, hey, like when are you gonna be in the stream to get your stuff critiqued? I don't think that's right. I don't vibe with that. I could just at people in the general Discord chat, and I've done that as well too. Then it also just seems like I'm screaming into the void. I'm bringing stuff that could be like private and bringing it public, because I don't think anyone would want to be like called out like, hey, you've missed the last 25 bajillion streams. When are you going to be in the stream? Hey, at whatever so-and-so's username is, right? I don't want to do that either and be like bugging people in the public chat on Discord. That doesn't seem cool either. And people will be like, hey, that seems private. Why can't you do this like in a DM or something? Not be like, well, I don't want to DM them either. There doesn't seem to be a lot. So I might update the rules for story submissions, just to clarify, like, hey, I'm not going to DM people, I might not at you, it's just paying attention to roll call or showing up in stream. Yeah, DMing feels naggy. It feels naggy. And then when you're nagging somebody, but then you're more, again, I'm not saying this as like, oh, I'm a big streamer, but when you have somebody to somebody who maybe who isn't a streamer, right? So if you have somebody even with 300 followers like me, right? That's it's very, very small. It's micro person. But if you have someone with 300 followers suddenly in your DMs being like, hey, when are you gonna show up? It feels not just naggy, it feels bad. It feels like this power play type thing. And I don't want to set up that dynamic. That doesn't feel cool. Keep from getting this clogged again. Should be a minimum amount of time you have to be a member of the Discord before you can add it to the queue. Yeah, that's just one idea. I would have to like keep track of it though, and I want to be welcoming to newcomers. Everyone's a new person at some point. So if the idea is to be a nice place just as a new person to show up and instantly be part of a community and share your stuff and be part of a group, I think we had to still be welcoming to newcomers. Still let them in. Still not add in like that. It's an idea. I might still have to implement it even if I don't want to, but I might I might drag my heels on implementing that one as long as I can. I think a set timeline for being in the queue for like the time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was at first like, oh, like 2 months. 2 months is fine, because you know when we started, like, yeah, it was crazy talk. Yeah, even the idea of being in the queue for like a month. Now we have stuff that's like getting over 2 months. I think it's 2 months and like 2.5 months for like some of the top stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, how did this happen? Why does time keep going forward? It's gonna queue too long. Life to me, but I get your view on DMs. I'm just saying DMs to me are more of an, are you still alive? Yeah, it just gets like for my more regular people in chat, like my regular chatters like you, it's a more, I think, socially okay thing. But for like somebody new who just joined and like they haven't talked with me much and I haven't talked with them much, and then suddenly I'm in their DMs being like, hey, where are you at? When are you gonna be in stream? I obviously wouldn't say it that aggro, but you know what I mean? It could seem intimidating to a new person. I don't want that. I don't want that dynamic. Maybe Heart, you're right. Like there's like a set timeline. The set timeline was supposed to be 2 months. I've been lax on it. I know you guys are surprised. I forgot to check how long things were in queue, but it's been over 2 months. Maybe it should be a shorter timeline. Maybe it should just be 1 month. 1 month before someone gets booted out of the queue and they gotta resubmit. Yeah, to new people it's a different issue, so you get it. So that's what my old blue noggin is thinking about right now. So if anyone has thoughts, if you've seen anyone else, any other streamers tackle this kind of thing in a way that you think was a good way or a good method, or you just have an idea from your own noggin about how to tackle it in a respectful way, then hey, feel free to put it on over into the Discord or message me about it, or put it in the ideas section of Discord. The suggestions, what do we call it? Suggestions, yeah, that's what it's called. It's called suggestions in Discord. And let me know, and I will, I'll see what we're gonna do about that. But I am in the back of my brain. I'm kinda, that's the next roadblock, I think. I'm thinking about that. I read critique. I had 2 things I've ever been asked to critique. Thank you, Boogie. Hi, Peace. Welcome on in. It's so good to see you. Well, I don't believe you have anything in the story queue. Am I correct? At least I don't see that username in the story queue. But if you are in the queue underneath a different name, then hey, go ahead and let me know, and I'll see if we can get your story critique in today. But for now, then, unless I am missing anybody, 74 stream streak. Oh my god, isn't that kind of crazy to be nearing that 100 stream streak? That's wild. That's wild. How has this been happening? This is craziness. But otherwise, Hiding Heart, unless any of my other people come in with their stories, would you want to go first tonight? Because I know you've been in the queue for a little bit. I'm reading your stuff in real life, so I already have some notes on certain chapters. Would you want to go ahead? I don't mind doing that. Yeah, I'm all good with it. Yeah, I'm just getting where I'm like, oh no, like I feel like if I was a person who was in a queue, and then again, like I didn't have the time to always be in the streams and stuff, and then my stuff was just sitting in queue for a while, I didn't know when I was gonna get critique. I would as a new person, not knowing the vibe, I would feel bad. So sometimes I feel a little guilty. I'm like, oh, there's all these new people who were brave and submitted their stuff for critique, and they might not know or understand what's happening. And I'm like, oh, that probably feels really rough for them. So I'm just feeling bad for some of my raccoons. That can't be a good feeling. Let me go ahead and get that set up though, so we stop looking at my silly ballerina story. Oh, I think I'm already on yours. It should be chapter 6, Revenant Seraphim chapter 6. Let me get it all sorted out. Viewer. Access. Sorry for the white screen. Oopsie. Hide and heart, you just need to give me access, that's all. Ooh, you're sending a highlight message. Are you seeing it? That would be really nice. Thank you for doing that. Come on, model. My camera's right here. Nothing happened. Why did you lose track of me? Oh my goodness. But yeah, what do you guys think about seeing some of my writing soon? Seeing the short story of the last ballerinas, and now the tables will be turned. You guys get to critique me. You guys get to point out all my little stuff that I didn't notice. I still think I was, and when you're self-editing, and even when you get someone else's to edit, you'll never catch 100% of everything. You can just have a decent idea. I feel like since this has been a few years, I did catch a lot of stuff. I feel like I was pretty good at catching a lot of stuff, but there's still definitely 100%, since it's my own work, stuff I missed, or stuff that I might even be too critical of. I know that's sometimes the case for me. There we go. Let me go ahead and put your lovely username up here, which we'll see. Okay, and then the big window. That looks good. I think that looks good. I'll restart my lo-fi beats. Alrighty, so this is chapter 6. Let me scroll over. I have everything printed out, and I have made physical notes. So even though it's not on this doc, or this Google Doc, or ellipsis, yeah, it's Google Doc. I do still have like physical notes here. That's 3, 4, 5. This should be everything for 6. Yes, and then 7 starts there. Okay, that is all of 6. And here's my rating. Everything. Here's me keeping track of all the critiques. If you guys are hearing loud thuds, that's literally the stack of paper. There's a big chunky boy of papers. Why did you ask me something? No, I don't think so. If I did ask you something, I already forgot what I asked, so it is all good. I'll move my chair again. What did I say? I'm looking at my pages real quick. So this is after, so Sam has been kidnapped by a demonic group of raiders or bandits, hooligans, and then heathens. Cryptid used ADHD brain. It was super effective. I always use ADHD brain against myself. It needs to stop being so effective. You would think after a while I would grow immunity to it, but I never do. So Sam, our main character, our main protagonist, has helped other prisoners, other people who were in her group, escape. They got out. They made a run for it, and then the bandit group could not get them. They don't know where the escaped prisoners are. But Sam stayed behind. Sam did not get to make a break because she was being the distraction. She was doing kissy face with one of the demons named Elias. Because some rusty keys in Cryptid's direction. Tunes, you know, bandit. You know you can't mention cool, cursed, or rusty keys at me. I'll definitely get distracted. That's just not fair. Oh my god, it worked instantly just like that too. Yeah, they had kissy face. It was scandalous, I know. So they had kissy face. The others got to escape. Sam has stayed behind. The leader of this group has accused Sam, like, were you being a distraction? Or is that in this chapter? No, that's what he's gonna do now. Okay, but anyway, that's the context. The other prisoners escaped. Well, you know what happens changes your critique. I think sometimes it gives me more reference for where the writer wants the story to go, like what breadcrumbs they're trying to leave, and what things, maybe like an attempt at a red herring, or what it lets me see, rather than just being like in the car ride with them and we're just kind of watching the scenery fly by together. It's like I have the little roadmap, I have the little GPS up, and I see where the writer's trying to go, and I'm like, hey, this was a great scenic route, but also we kind of went in a circle for an hour here. I see where we're gonna go. We could get rid of this circle nonstop. But there's construction ahead. It's getting everything too murky, too crazy and crowded over here. We can avoid the construction. We can just go this way instead. It gives me like a little bit of perspective on what the author wants their piece to go and achieve. Seems to clunk, not clink. It has a demonic face at the end? Like the... Wait, do you mean at the end where you hold it? Or the end that goes into the lock? Does it look at you mockingly? Mocking! Okay, I don't like that key. That's a mean key. I don't like that one. Kissy face, kissy face. Please meet me at the uwu. That's right. Now, man, he's always got an uwu out of me. This is just unfair. So, this is the next time after that, after the other prisoners have escaped. Sam hated the stupid wagon. It had only been 2 days, and she could already trace every grain in the wood, every loose splinter and loose thread in the canvas above her. Even in the dark, she could see the flaws in them. They were mended but old, patched back together like everything else in the world. Nothing was new. There had been a lot of shouting and running, but Sam had to stay put. She thought about trying to slip away, but guards stood at the tailgate. "The Revenants want you," someone said before she could settle. A seraphim held back the canvas and peered in. She had long hair in tight braids that hung like black ropes to her waist. Sam followed the woman across the camp. It was still, and only murmurs and whispers carried across the clearing. Sam followed the sounds of the woman's braids clicking with wooden beads to the tent Elias had been thrown out. I added an extra oven there, my bad. Inside, Zeph leaned on a table. The legs looked about to give from his weight. He glared at Sam from under thick eyebrows as she entered. Elias sat on a wooden chair, slumped over, and propped up by his elbows on his knees. His blonde hair hung over his shoulders, the tips almost brushing the grass. He let it down, no longer tied at his neck. It hung like a curtain over his face. The head of the key smiles arrogantly. "It knew you were unworthy of turning it in the old golden lockbox it fits into." This shitty-ass key. I throw it out the window. I throw it into a river. If I'm not worthy, no one gets to fucking use it. This is gonna be a fucking quest for whoever finds it. Actually, no. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna pick it up again from where I threw it. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna find... I'm gonna find the nearest dog park, and I'm just gonna drop it in a pile of shit. That's what that demonic face can get from me. How dare it look at me like that? Fucking men. Men. Looking at me, I'm too tired. I'm too tired of arrogant men, and that's what this demonic face in this key reminds me of. What about raccoon kissy facey golden retrievers? Oh no. So yes, that is your raccoon Sona, your little raccoon character, and their girlfriend. You had to give it in context. Oh my goodness. So, this isn't a critique. Sometimes when you're getting feedback and stuff from other people, sometimes they'll have critiques, sometimes they'll have suggestions. Sometimes like a critique is pointing out something that's not working to the fullest potential, or even sometimes it's just an error. Like if you mentioned a character was 32 and then in like another scene you mentioned that she's 31, you'll be like, hey, wait, that's a plot inconsistency. You're looking at inconsistencies, you're looking at errors, you're looking at stuff just not working that could be improved on. There's those kind of critiques. Other times there's suggestions or ideas for getting something up to the next level. It's not bad, but it's just getting something to the next level. So I always try to preface some stuff with saying like, oh, it's not a critique. This is just a suggestion or idea. But a lot of the demonic characters, which are the revenants here, when they're saying revenants, that's the demony guys. Those are the people who have the cool demons. A lot of them were actually described as having the cool hair. One of them I think has a mohawk. I forget if that's Gabe or Zeph. One of them has a mohawk. Elias here has very, for a guy, extremely long hair, right? He's leaning down. It's this long hair is touching the ground. He has long ass hair. They have very unique hairstyles for a post-apocalyptic setting where everything might be more utilitarian, where everything's more focused like that. So in comparison, when we've had those descriptions of hair, mostly for the cool demonic-y characters, and they have punk hair, they have mohawks, they have long hair, they have all this cool stuff. The only other character really focused on with hair is this other random raider character. As far as I know, at least where I am in the story, she's not a demonic one, she's just one of the human raiders. That's my current understanding for this character. But here she has incredibly long hair. It's in braids down her back. It goes down to like her waist. It's making noise. It has these clunky beads, which is very good for diversity. But I'm wondering if we want to oomph up the level of like, oh yeah, the demonic characters have the elaborate hairstyles, the cool hairstyles, maybe more post-apocalyptic humans with more utilitarian hairstyles. Maybe we actually want to change hers. Okay, so she can become one. Okay. But yeah, I was wondering about that. I had this idea of like, oh, like maybe, I have it in my notes here, of like, oh, consider for the elaborate hairstyles, for the long hair that could be easily grabbed, for stuff that makes noise, it would make sense for the cool badass characters who are already possessed by demons to have the confidence to have that kind of hair in a post-apocalyptic setting. But someone who's human and afraid of raiders or getting killed or getting kidnapped or other stuff might have shorter hair that's harder to grab, that makes less noise, that's less elaborate, that takes less resources because of that. So just to mention, this is the other than the other demonic ones. This is the first time we're hearing about someone else's hair. So at first we only heard the descriptions of the demonic people's hairs, and now we're hearing this character, which I now know is Zip. So I was like, it could be cool to very intentionally have stuff with the hair. So again, is that a critique? No, it was just an idea. But you can do stuff for my other raccoons here in chat. You can do stuff like either with names, grouping certain names being similar to like subconsciously or slightly make readers connect dots between characters. You can even do it with personalities, you can do it with settings, you can do it with this physical descriptions like I was talking about here with hair. There's slight little things you can do to group certain characters together. That way readers pick up on it and are like, oh. There's a mockingly, right? You can go too far with this sometimes, right? There's the joke in anime where sometimes they draw in anime like a whole classroom and it's full of like the side characters, the unnamed NPCs in the background with all the normal colored hair, like black and brown hair, and then there's the one character with like bright neon pink or bright blue or stark white hair just sitting there next to the classroom window. And what does that do? It lets someone instantly know, like, oh yeah, all these other characters do not matter. That one with the main character hair, that one's the main character, right? Like, that one maybe goes a little too extreme and hardcore, but to a lesser extent, we can do stuff like that. It's a fun little bit to try out. But anyway, yeah, so it hung like a curtain over his face. Gabe stood between her and Elias, his back to Sam. She could see his arms flex as though he was fighting using them. The air felt thick and heavy inside. If she weren't the target of their ire, she would have turned around and left. There was a small cough, and with a controlled politeness, Zeph asked her, "Did you plan this?" The Revenant studied her with dark eyes. Sam crossed her arms, rubbing the goosebumps on her arms. I think I highlighted this as arms was repeated twice. "Plan what?" Sam asked, keeping her voice controlled. Gabe spun around, his hand hovering inches above her bare arm. Clenched like he was going to grab it, arm was used again. He curled his lip and he stepped away from her. "You know what? Don't play fucking dumb. Doubt they would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you." "Gabe," Zeph snapped, raising a hand, then turned back to Sam. Somehow, both of them managed to evade us. He walked around the table and pulled a map off it. "Some of us looked harder than others," Gabe muttered. From the corner of her eye, she saw Elias flip Gabe off without lifting his head. Sam craned her neck to look at him. Gabe shifted to cut off her view. "Meddling kids." "If it weren't for you, you meddling kids." "We're asking if you know where they are," Zeph said with a sigh and handed the map to her. It was old, ancient almost. "Oh, this is so interesting. I just noticed the green on my monitor when I'm reading this, and the green that appears in my OBS when I look over at the other screen. Slightly different shades of green. That means my monitor colors aren't a complete match. That's interesting. I might have to mess with that later." The paper was torn from an old atlas, filled with numbered roads and named towns that didn't exist anymore. "We're here." He pointed near a town labeled Big Timber. His hand slid over to another town to the east, but the ink faded beyond recognition. "This is Rimview." "A 2-day ride," Sam said. So for all of my new Rectons here who are just tuning in with this, Rimview is gonzo. They blew it up. They burned it down. They blew it up. They destroyed it. They killed everyone in it except for Bo and for Sam, but Sam's not from Rimview, so it's like fine. So they left like one person alive. Rimview's fucking off the map now. It's gone. It is the gonzo. It's dead. So here, I think I wrote in my notes like, oh, it would be cool to have an extra line or two talking about like, it's fine that it faded. It's already gone. Like they destroyed it again. Just to really, not like go into a whole paragraph about it, but just like a little note, just to remind the readers, like, yeah, these guys are fucking crazy. They fucking destroyed Rimview. It's gone. A 2-day ride, Sam said. Without the wagons, they can make it in one, but they have to push hard. The horde is out there, Zeph said. We can protect them if you tell us where they are. I don't think they felt very protected while they were here, Sam said. If I had helped them, wouldn't I be with them? Why would I stay behind? Zeph said and folded the paper before dropping on the table and glancing at Elias. And then it's a period here. I think I wrote this. Let me double check where I belong. I'm looking at the screen rather than looking at my scrubs. If you guys hear paper wrestling, that's why I'm looking at my notes. Oh, yeah, this was supposed to be... Why would I stay behind? Zeph said... I actually missed this when I was reading it. Yeah. I think this is in reference to this line here, but there's a period here that kind of disconnects it. I would rephrase this slightly to make it make more sense. Anyway, so Elias is gonna... Or Zeph is gonna say, "You seem like the selfless type." She fought the urge to laugh at him. She'd been called a lot of things, but never selfless. Yeah, that one's just a little wonky. Sam just shook her head at the others. Gabe's glare never changed, and Elias didn't look at her. "I could have warned Rimview that you were waiting outside," she told Zeph. There was also a horde. I didn't, though. Just like I didn't help them escape. Wolfman, hi! Make it make sense? Wait, what? What are we talking about? Was that what I said? Did I say that earlier? Did I already forget what I'm saying? Oopsie. How silly babies. Baba and Ghost are both up tonight to hang out with their mama. They are not looking at each other, but they're both grooming identically to each other without looking at each other. That's funny. Oh, it's your favorite phrase in the world. Sometimes, though, a little purposeful confusion for the readers, as long as it's intentional, can be good. Especially for certain genres. It's not a bad thing. It's a lot of times when we have accidental confusion or accidentally making things not make sense that we're like, oh shit. That's when we gotta start fixing this. Oh yeah, I was for this, because this is a completed sentence, but it's in reference to the dialogue here. So I was like, oh, just fix it as in the formatting. Just format it slightly differently to make it read a bit better. Oopsie. Wolfman's calling me out of my shit. Just like I didn't help them escape. Let me see. Elias sat up in the chair. He threw his head back and regarded her for a moment. His hand floated to his cheek, and his eyes searched her. He knows, doesn't he? Sam forced herself to turn away. Can I go now? She asked after a beat. We still need to talk about you and Elias playing tonsil hockey, Gabe said. I'd rather not, Sam said, and at the same time Elias grumbled. Please, no. They shared another glance. Sam's cheeks warmed, but Elias's eyes tightened. He clutched his head and took a deep breath. Gabe looked between them, his black hair shaking with his head. You know why that was dumb as shit, he said, pointing to Elias, who only waved a hand at him. He turned his finger towards Sam, only inches from her face. Did you use Elias to distract us? He asked. Sam could feel Elias watching her now. She wasn't going to back down now. Now, and now was repeated twice. He just makes weird connections, like forcing rephrases on what people say sometimes. It's definitely one of the things, right? Sometimes, like, sometimes you don't always want to tell a writer either. Some writers are okay with it, some writers are not okay with it. For line edits, when you give the fix, when you, like, tell them, oh yeah, I just rephrase it this way, and you give the line edit correction on how to rephrase certain things. Again, some writers 100% fine with it. They're like, oh yeah, that sounds better, and then they'll just implement the fix. Some writers get very, very upset when they see because they want it still in their voice. They want to come up with a solution. They still want to write the fix. They just want you to point out what's wrong. That way they can fix it in their own words. It just kind of sometimes figuring out. Thankfully, I do some little line edit suggestions here and there when I notice stuff being a little off. Thank God I'm not a full line editor, though. I'm mostly getting myself prepped to do mostly developmental edits. More developmental edit stuff, more big picture stuff. That's how my brain works. It'll show that your kids might like. It has old cartoons for kids vibes? Oh my god, that sounds cute. She isn't going to back down now. You might have missed it, But Elias approached me, she said, glaring at his fingertip. She raised her eyes slowly to meet his iron gaze. And these? He pulled out 2 empty vials from his pocket. Sam bit her tongue. If she saw Jessie again, she was going to kill her. Elias was out cold on your lap. Long enough for you to nick these. Sam swallowed, choosing her next words carefully. I fell asleep a few times too. Someone else must have grabbed them. She clenched her fist at her side. How'd you fall asleep? Gabe pushed. Sam drew her eyebrows together. How does anyone fall asleep? Gabe, stop, Elias said. She didn't do it. The other 2 revenants snapped their heads toward him with eyes like fire. When's the last time you had someone lay on you? He mumbled, and started to take the vials back. Back off, Gabe said in a growl, his eyes cutting to Elias. Then his finger was in Sam's face again. She was going to bite it. You too. Jealous? She asked, and all 3 of them whipped back to her. Unsure of why she was provoking him. Maybe she was tired of being ordered around by him. Rephrase that sentence. Gabe just watched her, like he was waiting. You caught me, but I'd rather kiss him. I'm in and out. The World Cup USA versus Paraguay's on. Ooh, that's exciting. And you guys never have to say sorry about being in and out. Put me on your 2nd, 3rd, 45th screen. It's all good. Oh, you mean my brain rephrased what you said in my head in your voice, because that's what it does. Brains are so funny, right? It's all good. It's all good. You weren't in trouble, or I wasn't like doing it. I was just like, oh no. Someone's pointing out the stuff I do. Sometimes I even realize, like, sometimes you don't realize things that you do. As in, I don't realize stuff I do until someone points it out. Because I'm streaming and stuff, right? And I'm just here, like doing whatever, hanging out. And then, like, somebody will make a comment about me, and I'm like, oh, I've been observed. Oh my, how did you know that? Because I didn't even realize I did it. Like, oh my god, Author Relic always loves pointing out when I am, because I don't like being too quiet on stream. I like kind of filling the noise a bit with chatter. Because that just feels more welcoming and inviting for anyone new who happens to pop in at the stream at any second. It's better for them to hear me speaking, hear me talking, or yapping, or whatever, rather than just a silent streamer. So I try to be consistently saying something, or making some sort of noise. And so whenever I'm looking at stuff and I don't have anything to say, I'll start going, right? I'll be like, do. I'm just making like little noises and stuff. And I say that particular tune. Author Relic noticed it and called me out on it. It's like, oh, I like your little cryptid song. I'm like, oh, what do you mean what do you mean my little humming? What do I do? He's like, you're do. And I'm like, been observed. Oh no, I didn't realize I did that. Oh wait. No, I know what's meant when someone says that someone put their finger in so-and-so's face. It means like pointing at their face uncomfortably close. Oh, yeah, the focus. But I just imagine this person like poking their finger into the face. Right? Oh my goodness, it's kind of one of those funny things. Oh, thank you for the hydrated nitrate. Here's your sippy, and then we'll go back to focusing. Let's see. You caught me, but I'd rather kiss him. Stars danced across her vision as Gabe's hand slapped her. She slipped as her ear rang. It wasn't the hardest she'd been hit, but she still had to catch herself on the flimsy table. Sam glared at Gabe. Before she could blink, Elias was next to Gabe, knocking him aside. The hooded revenant barreled into Zeph. I think I marked this I say? I think... Yeah, oh my god, in my physical notes here on the page, I put a little sad crying emote face. Yeah, he wasn't wearing his hood earlier. And then two, when they all do wear hoods, actually multiple characters do. So if you had meant for Elias to be wearing his hood still, Elias and Gabe both wear hoods at some point. It's mentioned Gabe has a hood, and he also has something covering his lower half of his face. But Gabe was mentioned as wearing a hood at some point, in an earlier chapter. So I marked like, Elias isn't wearing a hood. If he is, then Elias and Gabe are wearing hoods. So they're both the hooded revenant, but one of them barrels into Zeph. So that I remember marking that. I'm like, wait a second. And if you guys are ever wondering, like, wait, is that like a super nitpicky detail? That's when you have an editor, right? Editors are specifically combing through stuff to try and find any little, both big topic things and any little nitpicky stuff, right? Like, everything that can. Gabe is meant to be the one barreling. Got it. But yeah, so since at some point Elias and Gabe have both been described as wearing hoods, I don't remember if Zeph ever wore a hood, but they're barreling into Zeph, so I'm like, okay, it's probably fine. But I was like, I noted like it was an odd description here. There could be a less confusing one. There we go, that's what I meant. Oh, I have one here in the next page. Oh, what's this? They crashed into Zeph. They both crashed to the ground, the table folding between them. Sam was still leaning on it and would have fallen if Elias hadn't caught her. His arm slipped beneath hers when he pulled her up. White smoke poured out of his eye sockets, and he pushed Sam behind him. Sam stepped toward the door, ready to run. I think I added a note here, but I wasn't sure about it because it's a copy edit. I don't know if it should be white smoke was pouring out of his eye sockets, and he pushed Sam behind him. That would be something just to double check. Hello, Jack the Tiger. It's so good to see you. Welcome on in. Leave, Gabe said as his eyes disappeared, and he stood up. Elias dived for Gabe, uppercutting his jaw. There, Gabe grabbed his collar. I won't end up like Mike, Elias said. Gabe slammed him to the ground with a sickening crunch and knelt on top of him. He started to pummel Elias, whose feet kicked with each blow. Sam looked at the ground once the blood started flying. She wasn't a stranger to seeing violence, but a man being beaten to death was something else. Let's see, did I have anything else for that? I think as a suggestion here, I had rephrasing this to like, you can't keep treating me like Mike, and I put IDK, like just some other phrasing just to make this hit a little bit more home, feel a little bit more natural. Zeph came over and turned her away with a shake of his head. We'll be fine, he said quietly, then took her outside and handed her to the woman from before. She led her back to the wagon. They didn't leave, but instead walked around the side as if to give her privacy. Her back was against the driver's bench, as far from the tailgate as possible. There was a chill in the air. She didn't move to replace her jacket. Oh, wait, what do I have here? I'm looking at my paper notes here. I think what I have here as a suggestion, not an edit, when the woman's leading her back to the wagon, I said, oh, this would be a good time to insert a detail about she and the woman walked back in silence, like not talking, but she could still maybe hear the punches and the bones breaking, like the crunches from the fight as they're walking away. Like, I thought that would be a cool insert detail to have. Let me replace her jacket. Sam sat with her back against the driver's seat. Her arms hung across her knees, and her fingers were clenched to stop from moving. Elias gets the tar beat out of him maybe too much. No, it's what makes him pathetic, and I love him. I love Elias. I like him like a chew toy that you like give to a stray dog who then immediately starts beating it up and tearing it into pieces. Oh my god, that's a funny bit. Her arms hung across her knees and her fingers were clenched to stop from moving. She wasn't sure that if she moved, she wouldn't stop until she was running far from here. I think I said rephrase this one slightly. Oh, and then I also had far, and far is going to repeat a bit. Someone would catch her before she could get far. Especially now that their guard was up again. Worse, she might lead them right to Jezzy and Bo, and they would all be back here. I'll be right back here? Maybe that sounds a bit more natural. Had Elias been trying to protect her? He shouldn't. It wasn't the first time Sam had been knocked around by a man. Not even the first time by that man. She just nodded off when the tailgate fell and the wagon rocked. Her eyes shot open again. Used to be her eyes shooting open again. The canvas cover rippled, and Sam pressed herself farther away from it. Elias rolled into the wagon, his white clothing making him easy to see in the dark. When he righted himself, he crouched over to her. He was so close, Sam could feel the coldness of him radiate off his skin, like it was stealing her warmth. I can't talk to you, Sam said, and crossed her arms. You are not supposed to touch me, he corrected with a sly grin. Sam turned her head away. She'd gotten into enough trouble because of him. She wished she'd never stopped in Rimview. The thought was ridiculous. There was no other choice. I think there had been no other choice. There had been no other choice. But if she'd been a little quicker on the road, she might have avoided them. Over his shoulder, Sam saw Marcus and Luke peek in. 2 other marked. Oh, I remember. I definitely mentioned that. Hold on. Yeah, I highlighted that whole sentence and I was like, wait, what? Sorry, again, I normally don't show all of my comments, because I kind of write like how you guys saw in the last ballerinas bit, where I'm just talking shit and stuff on the side, right? It's just how I naturally talk, but I know that can be insulting to some people, so I write my initial notes, and then like I sit on it for a while, and then I type up the nicer, more professional sounding notes. But anyway, the initial note here on the side with that sentence with Marcus and Luke peeked in, 2 other marked. I was like, wait, what? What? Hold on. When did we learn this? Hold on. Girl, what? And I just had a lot of question marks over it. I did mention that Mark was replaced by Initiate late in the game. I didn't catch all the titles. No, I wasn't even talking about that. I wasn't even talking about 2 other marked. I was talking about, like, how the fuck does Sam know that these other 2 are also Initiates? They were never mentioned before this part. This is the first point in the story when we ever hear mention of Marcus and Luke and the fact that there are other Initiates. There are other marked, there are other Initiates, however you want to call it. I was like, wait a second. But I might have accidentally cut it. Yeah, if it was supposed to be in chapter 2, it's not in chapter 2 anymore. Not that I caught. So the fact that there are other Initiates. So far, up until this exact point, it's only been the actual Revenants. And then everyone else is just a human raider. And even in the first few chapters, as a reader, I was a little confused. I know you explained it to me outside of it, but in the actual story, in the manuscript, as a reader going into it, I was like, I'm a little confused. Are all of the raiders demonic? Are they all Revenants? Only some of them are Revenants? Who's a Revenant, who's not? And then I kind of got the gist after all, but I did have to like really pay attention. And as somebody had been more casually reading, I think they could even still be confused at this point, where they're like, wait, are all the raiders demonic, or only some of them? Only some of them are marked? What's going on here? But so I had one of my critiques being like, oh, like explain a little bit, or at least hint a little earlier that like, hey, there's only some of them who are the revenants, who are the actual demonic ones. The rest of them are just human raiders, right? They're just normies. But yeah, this is in the current manuscript of draft. This is the first time we mention Marcus and Luke, and the first time we realize, oh god, there's other initiates / marked. There are other people here, like our main character Sam, who can be demonic people, who can be these revenants. And I remember highlighting that, like, that was just brought in here in the middle of the scene. When did that happen? It should be brought up a little bit earlier. It was originally told to her by Gabe, but then I switched his conversation to Elias. It didn't make it in. I need to clarify that Seraphim is just the name of the warband. Yep. This is the product of rushed editing. Hey, that's just... it's just the product of doing another revision, doing another draft. It happens to everybody. But yeah, I remember making this in my notes. I'm like, oh yeah, like this should be mentioned earlier, and then the Revenants versus the Seraphim should be explained more. What page am I on now? Okay, here. But what was I saying? God, that ADHD brain. I had my mocha drink today too. I had it. I should be better. But yet here we are. Here we are with my brain cells. But yeah, it's not anything to worry about, but just to let you know, because again, I've been reading this story off stream. I've been doing this editing. This is my next this is my current free editing piece that I'm doing as I'm learning to be a developmental editor. And then when I'm done with this one, then I would have done an editorial report for Chatty Matty, and then I would have done this as an edit for Heidenheart. And then afterwards, me and Roots have been talking that I might then open up the Patreon for a patch club, since again, Cryptid Roots is an embroidery patch business, so I might be opening up a Patreon for a patch club, a monthly patch club, and then one tier where it's the developmental editing from Cryptid. That would have to be pre-approved beforehand. But yeah, eventually, for anyone who was wondering when I would be offering developmental editing services, that is coming in the future. Not, I won't say soon, but it's on the far horizon. It's in the distance. It could be a mirage still, but we'll never know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I was saying, like, Marcus and Luke, the fact there are other marked / initiates should be mentioned earlier. Welcome on back, Zoe. It's good to see you. They both jumped when they noticed her watching and disappeared. Right, she thought. Another lecture from Gabe. Elias placed a cool hand on her shoulder with just enough pressure to stop her from pulling away. His fingers pressed into her skin for a moment before he relaxed. He didn't let go. I wonder how Cryptid would butcher my work. Red marks everywhere. All the crosses, all the X's. Comments on every other line. The most merciless Cryptid. I would print it all out, and then I crumble all the pages and I kick them down the street. Oh my god. Elias placed a cool... Oh wait, I just read. He didn't let go. Sam, he said breathlessly. Did you mean it? Elias asked, his amber eyes burning into hers. I meant everything I said, Sam said. Said and said's repeated too much. He took a short breath, and Sam started running through the interrogation again. Did he mean when I said I wanted him? It had been a jab, just a slight to rile up Gabe. I mean, Let me kiss you again, he said, cutting her off. No, Sam said without thinking. She stiffened when he moved his hand from her shoulder and down to her elbow. He exhaled slowly, sat back on his heels. The air was still in the wagon, the silence only broken by a murmur across the camp. I'm sorry. I put you on the spot out there, Elias said as he looked away from her. He tilted his head as if listening, and shook it. I know that people will respond if they are afraid, and I don't want that. Sam watched him. She'd seen him get beaten up by his own, twice. Now there wasn't a mark on him. Why did Gabe seem to hate him so much? In the tent, Elias had mentioned someone. Who is Mike? She asked him. This reminds you of something in college. A friend asked me to review her work, and I made it bleed, red pen everywhere. Oh no, she was offended and wouldn't talk to you? Then came back to you later asking for you to do it again because she got an A. What kind of critiques were you doing? Were you just doing like spelling grammar, which is copy editing? Were you doing sentence rephrasing, which you mentioned earlier, that's line editing? Or were you doing like the big picture stuff? Were you doing developmental editing type things? It depends on what you guys were doing in college. You don't really need developmental editing too much, unless you're in a creative writing class, doing some sort of short story or poetry. I guess you can do it for some technical essays, like reports. Like if they're just not following the proper formula at all for how to organize their essay. But otherwise, you normally have a format for your essay. It's normally okay. Okay, spelling, grammar, this part is weak, need more evidence here, how does this line support your claim, etc. Oh my goodness, but hey, you got the last laugh. It got her that A. She came back to you. But no, genuinely, I always say people should be honest about what they're wanting from a critique person or an edit or whatever. Oh, it was annoying because she kept coming back. Because I did beta reading and stuff for like fanfic writers, right? Because I love being part of the fanfic community. I love being part of fandom spaces. And I feel so horrible because somebody was asking, they were posting in their chapter updates, they wanted a beta reader. And I applied. I said, hey, well, okay, I'll be your beta reader. What are you looking for? Hi, Trickster. It's good to see you. Well, let me see. Are you in the queue? Let me just double check. I don't see you in the queue, in the story submission queue. If you are and I'm just missing you, go ahead and let me know. And I asked them what they were looking for. Was it just spelling and grammar? Did they want bigger critiques? Did they want any like line rephrasing? Did they want me to catch any like plot holes? What were they looking for? And they're like, oh, everything that you can do. If you can do all of that, that would be great. Whatever you notice. And I was like, okay. And you know, like I believed them. They told me to look for that stuff. So I did. So then and it wasn't even a lot of stuff. They were generally pretty okay. It would only be like 1 or 2 notes every couple of pages. Like it wasn't anything crazy, but I kept giving them those comments and those critiques and that beta reader feedback for every chapter. And then I think even though they said they wanted it, they mostly just wanted a cheerleader. They wanted emotional support cheerleader to be like, yeah, this is awesome, this is great, which is fine. That is not a bad thing to want, to realize, hey, I actually don't want critique, I just need emotional support and someone to tell me that this is good and this is worth publishing, please. And that is totally fine and respectable, but you have to be honest and upfront about that. And anyway, I felt so bad because after a while of me doing the beta reading for them, they actually just stopped posting the work. They just gave up, they quit. And in part I feel like it was because they were getting the critiques in the comments, and I felt so bad because honestly I loved that fanfic. That's why I offered a beta read for it and give critique. I would have preferred, even if it had flaws or issues, that they still posted it anyway, because it was still a really cool story and it was about characters I really liked, and they had a lot of other people in comments on AO3 like supporting them and like excited for the chapter updates. We all were. So if I had just known it was going to hurt them, then obviously I would have been happy just being emotional support cheerleader. That's not a bad thing. Alex, think people need to realize that you can also refuse suggestions. take what you understand, C does improve it, keep what you still want if you think it's still good. Absolutely, and I always remind you guys can disagree with me on edits and feedback. Sometimes because I'm only reading it in sections, I don't see the whole picture yet. So if I point out something, you'll be like, oh no, that was intentional, it comes in play later, right? There are some things I get wrong. There are some things I do not understand yet, and I will give you bad advice for it. And it is okay to be confident in your work and disagree with me. Or even just like, hey, maybe I'm not getting the vibe. Like I'm not getting the vibe or the flow you're going for, the descriptions you want. And you're like, hey, yeah, that is a cool critique, that might work for somebody else. But no, I like the way it is currently. It is fine to disagree with me. The only thing I ask is you're not rude about it. That's it. I say it's only based on the writing itself, but not saying it's bad. I loved it, even flawed. I wonder if I don't know. I feel like I was very nice and generous with that, but I do feel like there's one, as someone giving critique, you always got to ask, like, hey, are you sure? Do you want me to do just grammar? Do you want me to do line rephrasing? Do you want me to look at big picture stuff? Do you actually want me to critique this, or do you want me just to say it's good? But then when the other person, when the writer or the author says, oh yeah, critique it, oh yeah, point out everything you can, you have to mean that. Because otherwise then you're lying and you're setting up that other person to be the bad guy for giving you what you asked. For giving you the critique you specifically requested. Don't set that up. Because again, like if they had just told me like, hey, these critiques are actually getting to me, can you not do that? I would have absolutely backed off. Like, what? Doesn't ruin my day at all. Yeah, absolutely. Just keep posting the fanfic. And I do feel like it kind of burned me out because that happened a few times with fanfics, and I just stopped offering beta reading stuff. Myself is remember that when I'm writing, often I'm creating a draft. And being a perfectionist, it was hard for me to practice. Make it pretty later. 100%. 100% make it pretty later. I mean, you guys have all seen my leave screen. And my little things and like rough draft, and just keep writing. Don't go back and edit. Just get that fucking terrible first draft done. You can make it pretty later. It's really freeing. There we go. Finding blind spots is hard when they are your eyes and you get used to seeing it that way. I want you to tell me how to improve. Gets advice on how to improve. Ow, that was mean. And it will definitely be something I'm a little hesitant when I do start offering the developmental editing services in the far future. Don't nobody hold your breath for it. Because again, when we're on stream here, I generally try to be nicer. Everything's said in a nice, bubbly way. You're seeing a nice booba deliver it to you. Here with Hide and Heart, we're going through things a little bit more line by line. We're looking at some stuff and I'm pointing out more things. But generally, what do I always say when it's a new person, even somebody who's submitted a few times? I'll just point out one or two things. I might notice 20 errors. But I'm only going to point out one or two things. Generally, the stream here, this critique format, is generally a bit nicer. But signing up for a full edit from an editor's job is to point out everything they can. They are going to try and spot every single thing they can to make sure that it's tidied up, all the holes are patched up, everything is as perfect as it can be. Even here, right, I showed you guys, that's not just like one or two things a page. Sometimes that is just seeing a fucking list on one page of stuff that you can fix. Right, fucking look at this stuff. This is just 2 pages. And there's just constant notes on the side here for stuff to improve. This is my own fucking piece. That's why I'm okay showing it. That's just the stuff I noticed. But that is what an editor does. An editor does not just go like, oh yeah, just improve your pacing, or oh, just fix your dialogue a bit. An editor's gonna go, like what you were saying, Tiger, is gonna go and fucking red mark and highlight stuff and go through everything they can to make it as strong of a piece at the end as it is possible. You're still struggling with trying to make a rough draft pretty later. Oh my goodness. Let's see, make it pretty, then make it pretty again. Yep. The editor's job is to make sure the thing the clearinghouse is putting out is not going to make readers go, did they even look at this before they printed it? And what's so hard is that some books, some traditionally published books are coming out now, and a lot of people are looking at them like, did they even look at this before they printed it? It's a there's been a lot of, over the past couple of years, there's been growing feedback from the reader community over traditional publishing houses trying to keep up with reader demand and pushing out as many fucking books as they can every year. Editors are overwhelmed, the publishing houses are overwhelmed, agents are overwhelmed. Everything's just so overwhelmed that now the quality of a lot of books are going down. And it's just getting rough out there. You think there's way too much in most Amazon stores. It's true. So many people are noticing it. That's just still with traditional publishing houses, let alone a lot of self-publishing stuff, right? With people not able to afford all the editing stuff, or even if they do, not implementing all those edits, or being able to hire a good editor for all the different stuff. Maybe even only able to afford one editor instead of all the editors that a traditional publishing house would put it through. And it's hard. There's a lot of readers noticing stuff and being unhappy with things, and it's like, aw. But yeah, that happened. It's been a growing trend. We can only do the best we can do for ourselves. We can't control anybody else. Anyway, she was asking, who's Mike? I think you already know this, Heidenheart. I think I just marked here, but I think you already know. I think you were talking about in DMs before. Mike and Mark. What the fuck was it? What the fuck was it? Oh, Marcus. Marked was at least changed to initiate, so it's Marcus, not marked, and Mike. Marcus and Mike were similar. You know, the obvious, I wrote this, then ran it through AI only, and didn't proofread it after. Trend that's going to. Oh my god. And honestly, I hate to say it, because I know it's probably not true for everybody. It's not like 100% true. But it gives the vibe, and I know it's true for a lot of people, that if they write something, if they say they wrote something, but then they ran it through generative AI shit, to proofread it, to edit it, to spell check, or whatever the fuck they're saying, whatever excuse they're doing, right? And then it comes out with garbage or whatever stuff at the end because they didn't proofread it. They're like, oh, no, I wrote it. I just wanted to edit it or proofread it with the general, with the chat GPT or whatever AI thing they used, right? At that point, I hate to say it, I don't believe you. If anyone says that, I don't believe you. There's no way to fucking tell. I just fully believe, like, no, you just completely probably generated it from scratch with generative AI. You probably didn't do shit other than put in a prompt. And then you didn't even check it afterwards. You didn't even give it a read through before putting that garbage up. So I just flat out do not believe the excuse anymore. It's like, oh no, I wrote it. I just wanted to proofread. I just wanted to spell check on generative AI. The generative AI sucks for everything. Generative AI just makes a response, not a good or accurate response, just a response. If anyone comes in here saying shit like, oh, but it's looking to cure cancer or spot cancer, that's analytical AI. That's fucking different. If you do not know the difference between analytical and AI and generative AI, then you are not smart enough to be in a debate about AI stuff. Do not at me. do not even come at me with that. I need like a first seemingly kid-like story till it turns into an, oh no, this isn't a kid's story, because I love that. What kind of story are you talking about? Are you talking about like it's like a kid's book, but it's more mature than you expect from a kid's book? I think of Lemony Snicket, A Series of Unfortunate Events. I kind of think of that one. That one can be really, really sad and brutal. Just the series of bad events that happens to the main characters there. But in college that I look back and go, why did I put this on here again? Time again, email from KDP, didn't you? Wait, what? Oh. You're editing a friend's book in Google Doc and kept marking perfectly fine grammatical stuff as wrong, and the suggestions were ruining it. And turned to a running gag saying, "Go home, Google, you're drunk," right? Oh my god. It's been absolutely fucking insane. What? 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 What, Chatty Man? Okay, whatever. This reminded me of Kindle Vella. What? Sounds of the Grammarly video? Grammarly is even updated. Like, Grammarly, years ago, a lot of people liked Grammarly because it was pretty good at stuff. And then over the years, everyone was complaining it got worse. And everyone's like, why is it getting worse? It's because they were implementing... I don't know if they still are, but I know for a while they started implementing it into just a generative AI thing to come up with the stuff. And everyone's saying it's coming up with wrong stuff. So wait, no Gen I in that. That's good. I still love pen and paper. No generative AI in pen and paper, let me tell you that. I'm just saying my ADHD brain loses track of things. I need to see it? What is that about your previous comment? I'm not getting it. I'm just confused why you're saying analytical AI is in your work. Are you just talking about like a spell check? You're talking about like a spell check thing? That would be analytical AI as long as it hasn't gone over. So there was so many like just spell check things. Spell check was always fine for years and years and years. Gather around, children. In the days of old, spell check was fine as long as you just double checked everything. But spell check was fine. And now with so many spell checks, like Grandma stuff went over to generative AI, and like what you're saying with Google stuff, like, oh, Google, just go home. So many just spell check stuff, which was analytical AI in the olden times. It's now a lot of generative AI, and it's just coming up with bullshit. It's one of the hard things. It's one of the hard things. One of the changes for worse. Sound like it was written by a 4-year-old. You translated Japanese and then to German, then to English. Oh no. Yeah, right? It's crazy stuff. But anyway, before I get too sidetracked, let me go ahead and focus here. Sam asked, "Who is Mike?" She asked him. I don't know if that's analytical AI, Chatty Maddie. That's what I was saying. Oh, are you talking about just a spell check? A spell check would be looking at grammar errors and spelling errors. And some of those are still... You'd have to research it to make sure. Some of those are still analytical AI, and therefore not generative AI, and those are still fine. You just gotta look into it first. But even just the repeating this too much, I'm like, what analytical one is doing that now? I don't know. Elias ducked his head. I do not know if I'm the one to tell you that. He shifted and looked toward the end of the wagon. He was an important revenant, and he was executed for treason. What did he do? 9, he shook his head. I can't tell you anything else. You'll hear it soon enough. But I'm not going to be the first person to tell you. And then tell me, did you kill that boy? Sam asked. I think here... What did I mark? I marked... So this is in reference to Elias, his character, earlier on in an earlier chapter. People were saying, oh, in Rimview, before they burned it to the fucking ground, he had killed the mayor's of Rimview's son. The mayor's son of Rimview. I'm not explaining right. That's why I'm like, wait, I'm just confused. It's all good, don't worry about it. Matt Rose. Trying to finish my chapter 24. Yeah, I always say, you guys do not have to be glued to the screen. Chained to your chairs, paying attention to my stream. It's okay. Put me on in the background. Put me on your 2nd, 4th, 25th monitor. It does not matter. Thank you just for hanging out and vibing. If you guys are having a good time, that is all good enough for me. You're back? Well, Scott, I thought of another idea on how to keep the queue from getting us flooded again. Oh, that's interesting. What is it? You should join the Discord, though? Yeah, hang out with us. Have fun. Post funny little raccoon pictures. Let us know when you want to submit your stuff for writing here and to get critique and feedback. What's a good time for? Yeah. Should I say that? Weird, but bear with me. All good. I'll let you type for a minute while I... Oh, that's right. So, by the way. So, early in the chapters, the mayor's son is killed. They only refer to it as that in the first chapter of Elias killed the mayor's son. Here, in this chapter, when Sam's questioning Elias, she says, "Did you kill that boy?" Referring to the fact the mayor's son is a child. He's a boy. Earlier on, technically, that is not revealed. We could have assumed the mayor's son was a grown-ass man. He could have been a 38-year-old man and been the... He's not meant to be a child? Oh! So see, that's why I was... It was a little confusing. If he's not meant to be a kid, I would rephrase, then tell me, did you kill the mayor's son? Something like this. Some rephrasing here, because it's making it sound like Sam suddenly thinks the mayor's son is a child, and that she knows that despite nobody telling her that. As is the dismissive boy, he was younger than her. She, technically, from what we've seen as readers on the screen, we have no idea if he's younger. She was not told he was younger. She only knows it's the mayor's son. That is the current state. If he is supposed to be, like, younger than her, he's supposed to be a kid, anything like that, just clarify at some point earlier. So then tell me, did you kill that boy? Sam asked. She needed a straight answer about something from him. Ever since he woke up, he'd been talking in half riddles in some language she didn't understand. Eyes jumped. In Rimview? No. Well, I didn't mean to, he said, then chuckled. The glass was meant for Gabe. I was gonna drive through his skull and watch him flop as he healed. Elias nudged her. He would have survived. But I don't know how the boy got there. Hardly a boy, really. I wasn't saying, it's all good, just walk it off. It's all good, Chatty Matty. It was a little confusing bit, and now we're just moving on. That's it. You know, you know, everything just goes out of my head anyway after like 2 minutes. I won't even remember this by the end of stream. Once your submission is read, you can't submit again until the last submission in the queue at the time has been read. Let's say I'm first in the queue and Chatty Matty's at the bottom of the queue, like 20th place. Even after my submission is read, I can't submit again until Chatty Matty's, the 20th person, is read. The idea is to drastically slow down how quickly things are submitted and make sure people aren't spamming the queue. Oh. I don't know. One, I don't know how to keep track of that for everybody. So like lock down the form after so many entries. And we did that before. When it was getting close to 30, I think I locked it down for a little bit. And then when we got rid of the 30 submissions, then I opened it up again. I don't know. I think we're actually doing good number-wise. I'm pretty happy when the queue's between 10 to early 20-ish. That never feels too bad. That always gives us at least some people to read, even because again, not everyone shows up for every stream, right? And that's totally fine. That's not like a dig at anyone. So when it's around between 10 and 20s, early 20s users, there's always at least somebody in the forum, in the queue, who shows up for that stream, so that's always pretty okay. But when we start getting into the fact of you really limit it down to only like a couple of people, those couple of people might not show up for the next couple of streams, and so then it's hard. It's like, oh no, I got I'm doing a reading critique stream, but there's nobody to read, fuck. And sometimes it's good to have those people who frequently submit, like here, like nobody was up front immediately, right? No one in the queue was here except for Chatty Matty and Heidenheart, so I waited a couple minutes, still nobody showed up, so I was like, okay, sweet, we're gonna pull up Heidenheart, so we're just gonna start going through, like, and start reading off my notes, because I've already kind of read this chapter, right? It was an easy thing to pull up, so I'm not too mad about that. Make it for next month thing. Right to that also was a day waiting where no one new has submitted, and an expectation of as it opens awareness on the condition of the queue at a given time. Wait, what? Free will is a bully. 74 streams, woohoo! So that is also as a day waiting where no one new has submitted, and an expectation of it. I'm not quite sure I understand Creative One. I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm just not quite clicking. Maybe it was just worded funny. My blue brain's not comprehending it. This might break my stream streak. No! No, not the broken stream streak. A historic sports stuff happened tonight? Ooh. Was that the World Cup stuff? Is that what you're talking about? It was like a World Cup, World Championship Cup Series majig sport? Ball go ball? So like you have a day that no one new is in the queue, but is closed, waiting for someone new. A day where I close the queue, waiting for people. My favorite streamers are all streaming together, all simultaneously. Oh no, Arya, it's all good. It's all okay. If you need to hop out on and off, I'm never like watching you guys like a hawk. Just hop on whenever you guys want to vibe and hang out. Hardly boy, really. I don't know. It wouldn't have mattered, Sam said. Even in an accident, you were going to hang. If you're immortal, why didn't you? With a quick movement, Elias faced her, his face stern and his stare going right through her. You've never died before, Elias said, and he leaned forward. Every time, you leave a little more of yourself behind. Smoke curled from his eyes. It glowed faintly. Sam couldn't move any further back. Her hand rose to her chest and she clutched at her brand as it began to burn like a hot iron. Meep meep. Tell them to behave and wait their turn. Oh my god, I might have something set up where it might be a thing where I after every stream, or when someone submits, they maybe post a day they would like their stuff read. I don't know. I don't know. 15 strikeout. Shut up, game. He also pitched the fastest pitch from a starter in history. Oh, world record? Oh, that sounds exciting. A world record. That's super cool. We're making history. Wow. That's super neat. But no, everyone's been behaving. Everyone waits their turn. It's just that I think people wait their turn so long that then they stop showing up. They just gave up on their turn, but their stuff is still in the queue. That's kind of the vibe that's been happening. Elias blinked and the smoke vanished. His breath rattled as his body slumped against the side of the wagon. The axle creaked from the shift and weight. You want to leave, he said. Sam fought the urge to snort. This has been the time of my life. He ignored her silence. I think, what did I mark here? I said if you want to, this is actually has enough attitude. It has enough little personality. I was like, oh, this would actually be really fun if she said this or something like this aloud, rather than this just being an internal thought. I was like, oh, that's really fun. I kind of wish she had said that. Let me see. He ignored her silence. I cannot let you go. His hand shot up. Not like that. I have to bring you to the Citadel. We all do. Elias gestured out the wagon. That's why Jesse and Bo were here. You know, he said over this week, they get unsure, they will get in. Plus, they presume they will just submit and be read either right away or within some supposed deadline. Well, hell yeah. I think it would be better. I wish I had a good enough schedule that I could give people that said timelines on stuff. Normally the reason why I've hesitated so long on it is just because, again, of my health. I never know when I have to cancel a stream because of I'm sick, or I started my cycle and I have the endometriosis and I can't move. That's to MIS on this 2026 Cy Young Award. Oh, that sounds fancy. Maybe I can start setting up a short-term schedule, like at least the schedule for the next stream. I think if people who submitted thought they would at least be read next stream, that would at least give them a reason to show up again and like be here and be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's not this stream, it's next stream, and then they would show up and I could read their piece and it would be fine. So I don't know, it's something I'm tackling, I'm thinking about. And then at least if I had to schedule and move stuff around, it would only be disrupting one group's day. It wouldn't be too bad. There's one option, having a part of the stream that has a submit now, and it gives times, and then maybe in that timing the overlay shows people. You're saying that like on stream they should be able to like click a button that says, oh, like submit now, and I'll read it now. That's a big thing. I guess I could do it for this one because we're waiting on people, right? We actually don't really have anyone scheduled for after Heidenheart. We're reading Heidenheart now because everyone else in the queue besides Chatty Matty, who just submitted today, hasn't showed up. So I guess I could try it out for this one. Wolfman, that's literally what we're doing. Oh my god, Wolfman, that's literally every stream when I can, every day. Sometimes even done the day before, but that didn't get too much traction, so I've been trying to just do it the day of. But yeah, I do a roll call. I say, okay, anyone who's in the queue who wants to have your stuff read today, go ahead and sign off now. Who's gonna be in queue, in stream today, and then I will read your work. Who's gonna be there? And people just be like, oh, I'm here, I'll be there, and then I'll be like, sweet, you can go first. The problem is, again, I think a lot of people join, just submit their stuff, and then they're not active in the Discord, they're not checking the stuff, so then they're not claiming their spots, and they just show up for the stream occasionally, see that I'm not reading their piece, and then just go away again. And I would still, this isn't like a dig at them, you know, again, they're just hanging around, they're just browsing, that's not a bad thing to do. But then sometimes they get upset that I'm not reading their piece and it's been a long time, and I'm like, I would have read your piece earlier, you just had to be here. You just had to claim your spot. You could have just said like, oh yeah, I'd like to be read today, and then you would have been read today. This was very little. Just myself, it's all good. We get time zone. Yeah, have a great one. Bye, creative one. Oh no, it's bye trickster. Sorry, I misread it. Also does read writing things and has some kind of tactic of a sign up somehow. I think he has scheduled times they claim. That might be, I've been pushing it off so long, but that might be what we have to do. I was so far down, it just assumed I wouldn't get in for this one. Oh my goodness, wait, hello, you're in chat today. Yes, it's so good to see you. No, it's totally fine. Like I said, it's never read in the exact order. I try to put priority on new people, which I believe this is your first submission. But yeah, if you'd like to go today, that's totally fine. I can find just a good paragraph here to stop for Hide and Heart, and then if you're gonna be in for a bit tonight, we can switch over to yours. Does that sound good? The Terrible Novelist is TTN. Oh, okay, which is also Nick. Hello, welcome. Yeah, welcome on in. So let me go ahead, let's finish up this. What are you kittens doing? Behive. Behave and behive. That's why Jesse and Bo were here. Did you find them? Sam asked. The Revenant tensed, then shook his head. Why didn't you tell them? Won't they find out if they die? And then her thought is, why wait to kill me? So here, this is, I think this one, I think I had in my notes, it could be a little bit more clear. They're saying, Eliza's revealing here, hey, Jesse and Bo were here because they are like Sam. They have the potential to be revenants. They have the potential to be possessed by a demon and have cool demony stuff, cool demony powers, and be immortal. That is the first time we as readers were getting this hint. But the dialogue phrasing is a little confusing. It's not quite revealing that information, I think, in a good way for the readers. So I think I had in my notes to rephrase this dialogue exchange between Sam and Elias to more, not rather than saying, oh, that's why Jesse and Bo were here, just reveal like, oh yeah, we even had to bring Jesse and Bo, they're like you. And then she would have been like, wait, what? They have brands too. And then even Elias could look at her and be like, so you do have a brand, you do have a mark, and stuff, and just some little way to streamline it a bit. There we go. So otherwise, I will leave it here, because Hide and Heart, our lovely Coyote Guard, our lovely mod here, already is gonna get so many pages of my notes and my critiques, and I made a scale system, because they were, the main thing Hide and Heart was asking me for was like, oh, how was your interest, how was how engaging was the text as you're reading different sections. So I came up with a scale 1 through 10, and I gave like a different meaning through each thing, and then after each chapter I've actually given like a rating system of my interest as a new reader to engage it, and then I had to explain with whatever level I said, like what part was the thing that kept me that engaged, what was the interesting bit, or if it wasn't very engaging, what made it not engaging, what made me not like it as a reader. Hi Zatara, it's good to see you. You won't be able to read my fucking scribbles, but yeah, let's go. So let me go ahead over here. Oh, I don't think this is ready yet. Hold on. Let me set up for... What number were you, Alexis? You were 19. So let me see. Sorry if my model turns white. No, okay, we're good. Alright, for yours, it says... It's a fantasy world of your own creation, full of humans, fae, dragons, magic, corrupted monsters, and the beginning steps of one who is going to change a past mistake and heal a broken part of that world. Okay. Let's see over here. Let's see. Yeah, Hide and Heart, I hope that gives you at least some of the little things. I know I didn't give my big critiques with that while we were reading it, but that was some like little line edits, little small fixes if you wanted to get a hint of some of the stuff I was marking. I had to change the name. Okay. Oh. There we go. Hold on, I'm fixing my... There we go. That looks nice. Now we can see the username. You just got home from work? Hi, Zatara. It's so good to have you in. Let relax, get in some comfy clothes, get a comfy drink, get all nice and cozy, and I hope you enjoy hanging out with us for a bit. You're intrigued? You're intrigued by my fucking chicken scratch. My chicken scratch is fucking awful, and I'm just making notes over here, and sometimes I'll run out of room on the side of the page when I was making the note. So then I'll like continue the note somewhere else, and then I'll just draw a fucking arrow over there, and I'm like, oh, I just need like a little bit more room. So I'll just give myself like a little square to finish the note. But it turns out I needed more room than that, so then I had to do another arrow somewhere else. And it ends up being like this pieced together note, and from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. It was one thing all the way up over here. So fucking stupid. I'm just glad you still like Elias. I fucking love Elias. Elias is still great. He's such a fun character. I think I have it marked for that chat. I'll have to check to see which chapters I marked it as. I feel like his voice as a character was a little bit weaker for that chapter. I think I marked some scenes like, oh, I think Elias's voice is weakening here and here. Or I want this like rephrased more in Elias's strong character voice. I do know I'm already seeing in some chapters, I'm like, oh, Sam's character voice is already fading away. I miss Sam's voice. But I did notice that earlier. It felt like Sam's voice dipped a little bit. And then it's not a full chapter yet, but I think there's like paragraphs or like little scenes where I'm like, oh, Elias's voice is a little weaker here. But I still really like them both. Chapter 2 of the Montague's Prize on Scribble Hub. Behind the accomplishment highlands? What's that? That's an accomplishment. Well, first of all, for any accomplishment, huge congrats. Huge congrats. That sounds great. So it's a prize. Oh, it's the Montague Prize on Scribble. Was it like a writing competition? Am I understanding it right? You was like part of a like writing competition and you won, you got a prize for it? That's really exciting, Zatara. That's great. That's what I was talking about earlier, about someone praising me then disappointing them later. Like, Sam has a strong voice and I'm worried it fades. I'll continue this later. It's all good. And that's what I'm here for, right? I'm doing this little edit and little beta reader kind of combo. And I'm just marking, I'm giving the exact same as like, oh, this is when it fades, this is when it's not here. But anyway, yeah, so we have a new story. You are first time critique person, Aliquis. Am I saying that? Aliquis Voltasis? I'm not sure if I'm saying it all right. But I hope I at least mumbled my way through that somewhat correctly. So, this is your very first time submission, as long as I'm not crazy. Is there anything you would like the critique to focus on? Some people have very specific things that they feel like, oh, I wish someone would focus on my intro, I wish someone would focus on my characters, or is my dialogue okay? Or does the pacing make sense, or is it too fast or too slow? Sometimes people have a particular thing they really want me to focus on. But if not, it will just be general critique. And again, since it's your first critique with us, I'll just keep it to 1 or 2 general critiques and any spelling errors that I can point out. Not really, just general. Okay, perfect. That's all good. But just spelling errors do not count towards your critique if I happen to notice anything. Otherwise, just 1 or 2 general things that come to mind at the end of it all. People in chat can also maybe ask you questions or give feedback and critique. The only thing is, they'll just be nice about it. And they're all wonderful raccoons. Everyone in chat here is very, very nice. And if anyone's mean, me and Heidenhard are both here to kick them to the curb like naughty raccoons. But everyone's always been really nice in this channel. This is a really good place to get critique, and I'm really happy with our community. Hear that? Nice. Nicer else. Well, no, everyone here is very, very good. So you have the promise. Now we have this quote before it starts. Let's go ahead and get started. Everyone get all comfy and cozy. He has made everything beautiful and appropriate in its time. He has also planted eternity, a sense of divine purpose in the human heart, a mysterious longing which nothing under the sun can satisfy except God. Yet man cannot find out. Babies, be nice. Comprehend, grasp what God has done. His overall plan from beginning to the end. And that is, there's the source, and I just know I'm gonna fucking say that wrong, so I'm not even gonna fucking try. There we go. Talking to the kid. Yeah, it sounds like Luna was mad that her babies exist. So she was hissing at them, and I'm like, girl, you're the heifer who got pregnant with 4 kittens. Like, you need to understand. For anyone new here, yet Luna, we got her on the lunar eclipse. We brought her in. She was a Trojan cat, meaning she was already pregnant when we got her. After she gave birth on Halloween to 4 lovely little Halloween kittens, we got her fixed. She is now a house cat. We kept 2 of the babies. We gave 2 to a family friend. And she's fine stuff. She just doesn't like the fact her babies exist. Young moms. Yep, she was a prego cat before she was even 1 year old. She was a really young mom. she was a kitten herself, and she had babies. She gave the favorites away. She did not like any of her babies. Let me be clear. For a few months, we had to separate her from all her babies. Because she was loving and nice in the beginning. She was a nice, good mama. Good first time kitten mama. And then she was done. She was threatening to kill them all. So we had to separate them as soon as it was safe, that they no longer needed milk. Because she was donezo. She didn't like any of those fuckers. She would be happy if there was no other cats. So she was the only cat here. Then she'd be happy. So after that quote, Chapter 1, The Calling. He wasn't hiding because he was afraid. That's what Octavius tried to tell himself anyways. It was the endless questions he didn't want to deal with. Are you alright? How did you hurt yourself? Why were you playing with such a dangerous weapon? He hated the attention. If he wasn't seen, he wouldn't have to lie. He was glad to be finally alone. He was glad to finally be alone. I think I would just switch around the finally and the be. He was glad to finally be alone. Reads a bit more smoothly. Even now, days later, the burning sensation on his left hand still hadn't dissipated. The enchanted bandage did nothing to abate the urge to poke at it, but he controlled himself. Control of himself was all he had. He'd managed to slip away from the party into the gardens. The Adris clan had made them into a vast expansion of extravagance. It was a Hold on one second. Hold on un momento. I gotta go remind Luna. She's a terrible mom, and she's not in charge of grounding her kittens in. What are y'all doing? Okay, I'm back. Staring. I thought I moved the model just enough so you guys couldn't see it. She was just barely peeking at you. Okay, I'm back. Used fast twice. I thought I caught that. It's all good. That's what the Radika's for. For us noticing stuff. That's how we get better. But yeah, vast expansion of extravagance. It was a vast ground with fountains of water, redstone walkways, and hedgerows tall and thick enough to obscure easy line of sight. Rather impressive, all told. The stone was warm from the arid heat of the day. Did I say warm? Did I make that up? I guess not. The stone was warm from the arid heat of the day, and now warded off the cold that came with the dark. The most striking thing was all of the statues. There were dozens of them, life-sized, carved out of white marble upon pedestals, and then enchanted with a masterful image laid over. The image quality was the best he had ever seen this close before. So image and image is repeated as well. Just keep an eye out. The image quality was the best he'd ever seen this close before. I think this close before, unless it's important later, it just feels like an unnecessary extra bit. It can just be if it was the best he'd ever seen before. Unless it's plot relevant for something later. They were eerily lifelike, frozen in a moment of time, waiting only for the next breath to continue living. At the Revenant Peace Grounds, you could only really see statues of this quality from a distance. Okay, so maybe it is stuff, so maybe it is important that's this close before. But here at this other place, it's only from a distance. So, okay, I could see images are now. Words used a few times are fine, but closest how can break the immersion if it's glaring word choice. Still image laid over. The image quality was the best. I'm not sure how it being a noun, or is it like a magic thing? It's a magic noun, like when the same way they're talking about magic when they're talking to image with a capital I. Is it capital I? Yeah, it's a capital I. So it's a magic thing. Okay. Many single pieces were set in alcoves in the hedgerows, but at the center fountain all those members reposed again, but this time together upon a dais in the middle of the massive circular fountain. This one, I'm noticing it's a little bit of a run-on sentence. I wonder if there's a way to rephrase it or cut it down a smidgen, or maybe even break into 2 sentences, just to make it flow a bit more smoothly for that one. Why is my model glaring? Model? Why are you acting? First Luna's acting up. Now my model's acting up and looking like she's angry when she's not. Girl, you need to behave. Octavius had noted the same pattern held through several passages through the gardens. Each one seemed to be devoted to a major era. This particular one seemed to be the oldest. At least it seemed that way. The trend had been going from the present to the past, and there was something past this one. Past, I know there, but the past repeated twice in the same one. I would see if there's a way to rephrase it. But there was one more notable thing about this particular fountain. One half of the figures was of the Fae. The other half was human. The single statues were split almost evenly, with each Fae on the western wall of hedgerows, and most of the human statues on the eastern wall. What had drawn and kept him here was that he recognized them. Not by the plaques denoting the name of the single pieces in each alcove, but by the fact they were the same as the most revenant set piece at the Peace Grounds in the capital. Hello, welcome on in, Raiders! Let me go ahead and type a welcome message in case you guys get any ads later, but welcome on in! You guys are at a great time over here. We just started a critique from a new person here. This is again their first critique here. But welcome on, Raiders. What were you guys up to? How was your stream? Let him cook? Oh, is that how you say it? Oh, like, no, Zoe's. Oh, okay, they're not cryptid hunters. They're cryptid friends. They're friends. They're raccoon friends. But anyway, welcome on over, guys. Here, I actually read submissions from you guys here in chat. You guys can be added to a queue. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the follow, and I hope you like hanging out with the Cryptid Cult. But yeah, you guys submit stuff, and then I read it up here, and I give 1 or 2 pieces of critique or feedback in like little ways I think could help your writing get to the next level. But otherwise, it's a nice vibing place. We're not here to tear any writers down. We're only here to point out little things to help you all become better storytellers together. Even I become a better storyteller from like noticing stuff here. So like, hey, it's all good. Right to the kitchen. Oh, it's all good. Yeah. You struggled with words tonight. Were you writing stuff live on stream for everybody? It's so interesting writing in a live stream because I feel like I always get distracted by chat. So what I could have normally like written like a lot of words, when I'm doing it in front of chat, I only end up writing a couple sentences. It's so bad. Hi Maximum Sharpie, it's good to see you. Oh my god. Oh, we're almost at 3:30. Oh my god, that's crazy. How did that happen? How did that happen so fast? It was an attempt to write. That very commonly happens when we try to write in front of chat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, were you writing? Was the little bit that you attempted to write any good? Was it a fun scene? Was it a hard scene? Was it what was it? Yeah. Oh, you know, Hide and Heart. Yes, they are my Coyote Guard. They're one of my mods here. They're wonderful. Let's see. Let me go ahead and keep reading while you yap and you tell me all the fun stuff that happened in your stream. Let's see. Not by the plaques denoting the name of the single pieces in each alcove, but by the fact they were the same as the most reverent set piece at the peace grounds in the capital. Same here, I feel like this is good info, but it feels like it's just a long run-on sentence, and I think the info would be better if it was split in two, and we got a little bit more in an easy chunk. I'm still okay with long sentences, it's just occasionally these run-on sentences are sneaking up. They're sneaking up and causing trouble. There it was a scene of anger, tragedy, and pain. Fae and human separated in opposition. Some of each reached out to stop a single lone figure, clutching something that looked like an altar. The words will come eventually, absolutely. When as writers, as we get like used to a schedule, when we just commit to writing words and just setting aside that time to do it, sometimes it's still really, really hard to work through it. But when you set yourself on a schedule, when you hold yourself accountable, when you show up to do it, it makes it a lot easier. And hey, they were hard words you wrote, but at least you got some writing done. That's a huge accomplishment. It's super great. You work on the opening to chapter 2, but struggle to find the right flow. Yeah. Been a long week, so my brain isn't working like it should. Oh no. Yeah. When we're mentally tired, it's like, what are thoughts? We don't want thoughts anymore. Thoughts are too hard. Thoughts are tiring. But hey, I hope you're all comfy and cozy and hanging out now, taking care of yourself after trying your best still to get some of those words out. And hey, maybe next time you'll be in a much better state of mind to get all those cool ideas in your head out. Yeah, you gotta run. Thank you so much for the raid, and hey, I hope you have a wonderful night. Have a great one. Goodbye. Yeah, you gotta help the kiddos get to bed. Oh, yeah, the little ones. The little ones always take priority. Separate in opposition, some of each reached out to stop a single lone figure, clutching something that looked like an altar. Others pointing at each other, shouting in blame and betrayal. But here it was not so. It was a moment of pure joy. There were smiles, hands in the midst of gestures of conversations and moments. Here, one giant of a mage knight, with clay brown colored hair and a ruddy complexion, had a tremendous grin and was holding his light sword, while a pale, nearly as broad metallic fiery-haired fae next to him was enthusiastically admiring the design. You see, that was a big chunk. That was a big chunk in one sentence. Oh. Shad, the name of the mage knight, came to him like a half-remembered dream. I don't remember that name. It was the name of someone from the north, from Dan. I felt like he should know more. He was, oh hey, thank you so much for the follow, and like I said, I hope you like hanging out with the Cryptid cult. He was almost certain his nursemaid must have told him that name, but he just couldn't remember. There, a raven-haired fae with two different colored eyes, one of sea green and one amethyst, was gesturing at the mage knight, but his eyes were on the human woman next to him. He was smiling at her as one does in the middle of a private joke. Her hair was lighter, almost golden. As expected, she wore the light blue mage robes of one from Dan. Her brown eyes glimmered in the night, and her face was frozen in a moment of mirth, desperately holding back laughter at whatever the fae had pointed out about the mage knight and metallic fire-haired fae. Let's see. Oh hey, thank you so much. Is it Tupi? Is that how you say it? Welcome on in. Can they put those labels in? See what? Not chocolate sauce, but oh, for chocolate sauce, for like chocolate syrup that you had to refrigerate it after opening it. It's hard being a raccoon out here and realizing all the different food care safety labels that humans have on their stuff. You know, listen, not most raccoons don't have refrigerators. I mean, I know baby raccoon here does. But most raccoons don't. Like, what's a raccoon to do? It's hard being a little critter. The Fae with the differently colored eyes. He was the one at the center of the scene at the Peace Grounds. Octavius remembered him, but the contrast could not be more stark. There were a dozen small moments like these in the stage, surrounded by the fountain. But that wasn't the end, the incongruities that puzzled Octavius. It was that the weapons the Fae wielded were enchanted. Several were clearly wielding light swords and arcs. They couldn't make those. Enchanting was human magic. A lot of the fridge had been bought out. Yeah, I wonder who. Don't drink the wiper fluid. Why do I need the warning? Points to the random people choking. Any warning you guys see and you're like, hey, why did they put that warning there? It's because they needed to. It's because someone done it. Let me check my lo-fi beats real quick. Ah! There we go. What page are we on here? So I'm noticing we're nearing the end of page 3. I do like we were introduced right away to our main character. Sometimes people introduce their main character a little too late. We're introduced to Octavius pretty right away. So I do like that. He does have this interesting bit here that makes the readers question why he's hiding some injury. He's hiding away from people. That was interesting. That caught my attention as a reader. That I would then want to read more. What's this injury? Why is he hiding it? Who are these other people? Etc., right? So that was the first little bit here. But then almost the rest of the first page, all the second, and what's looking to be the rest of the third page, we're just talking about the statues in a way that's feeling a little bit like a lore dump rather than feeling natural. In a good pace for Octavius looking around and just knowing stuff. It feels a little bit too heavy on all the descriptions. And I think that's even coming through sometimes the run-on sentences, right? You're trying to pack so much info here right at the bit. There's run-on sentences. There's multiple pages dedicated to this already, rather than it more organically coming up in a more natural way. So I am noticing that. But let's go ahead and keep reading. Enchanting was human magic. He felt like he should know about all of these statues, particularly since they were so lovingly detailed. But his father hated history and such things at either their estate or at the mansion in the capital, were covered or put away except for things like this party for others to gawk at. Okay, so he's at a party. His father would have destroyed them if it hadn't gone against his own miserly nature to not let anything out of his grasp. The Address clan clearly didn't think the same. Here they displayed them openly, honestly. Yeah, there's a Pokestop right there. You can only reach it if you get right to the very edge. If you run straight for it, in order to get the Pokestop, please, please the Pokestop. Oh my god. I remember I was in college actually, still when they dropped Pokemon Go when that was released. That was a crazy fun time to be in college and in a college town. With all the college, when you're in a college town, it's already a different vibe than most other communities because all the college kids are just running around doing kind of whatever. But now having a bunch of college students like at any point of the night hanging around outside like a pizza place and just running around shouting pizza in their pajamas looking for Pikachu. It was so funny. It was a great time. Pretty terrible description, so I probably have overcompensated too much. Hey, that totally happens. I always get the thing of I sometimes do too much background description, but I'm very good at editing, so when I'm very harsh with my edits to myself. I'm very easy to cut things out of my work. I'm not too overly attached to anything. So I sometimes feel like I over-describe things, and then I'm so harsh with my edits, with my removals of stuff, with cutting things out, that then when I go to show people stuff after I edited it, they're like, "Hey, what does the scenery look like? What does the background look like? Where are these characters?" And I'm like, "Oh, all those details are in the first draft, but then I edited it so harshly that I got rid of a lot of those background details." So, I totally get you. Of sometimes doing one thing, but then you overcompensate the other way. It happens to the best of us. It happens to everybody. As one people can drown in the Pacific, that's been up since Pokemon Go came out. He displayed them openly, honestly. Then there was the one figure that puzzled him the most. Octavius stood in front of the single statue in the alcove and glanced back and forth to the same one on the dais. He had read out the name, Octavius Pilatos. That was his own first name. Yeah, we know that. The statue was an old man. He was human, but was unmistakably placed in the western half of the single statues that had the figures of the Fae. Okay, so if he's placed on the half with the Fae, then the earlier description... Where was it? Fae and humans separated in opposition, or separated in pure joy. They're not truly fully separated. With almost evenly with each Fae on the western wall and most of the human statues on the eastern wall. You do technically say it here, but it's so emphasized that all the Fae were on one side and the humans were on the other. It can be toned down a little bit. Like, oh yeah, all the Fae were on this side except for this one human, right? It can just be one sentence. It can be cut down a bit. Let's see. Wait, where was I? That was his own first name. The statue was an old man. He was human, but was unmistakably placed in the western half of the single statues that had the figures of the Fae. In the centerpiece behind him, he was conversing with a raven-haired Fae with amethyst eyes, and an unmistakable emperor's crown upon his head. Why is there a human with the Fae? It made his mind go running in circles, so he stood there, drinking in every detail. The old figure was even dressed like the Fae. The red cape, armor, and attitude clearly in their style. The gold helmet with red-plumed feathers, the breastplate, greaves, and arm guards were an almost rust-colored metal, decorated with strange, flowing geometric patterns. The tattoo on his left forearm was a black dire bear, raised up on two legs and roaring. 2,000 words done now? About 500, 700 more to go? Jack the Tiger, that's huge progress. Good job. Huge congrats. I mean, Cryptid, you made me overcompensate on Chapter 1's edits because Chatty Matty misread. 1, I didn't make you do shit. I didn't make you do nothing. And then 2, I think I even said in the report, like, hey, take some time to read these edits, let them soak, hang out with them, don't do anything too drastic right away. Normally, whenever you get edits and stuff, you don't instantly go in and fix things. You gotta let it sit with you for a while. You gotta understand what it is. What is this telling you? And then once you get it, then you can do it. But you're teasing? Yeah. But I'm just letting anyone know, like, hey, even if I give a critique or an edit and you do it, and then you say, oh, Cryptid made me do it. Cryptid didn't make you do shit. I am a blue person on your computer screen. I do not control you. I do not... I don't claim anything. I give you my thoughts and my opinions and my critiques, but the knowledge of what's good for your story. You are always the best judge of your own story. Whether or not it's a good critique you want to implement, and the way you implement it, that's always up to you guys as the writers. I don't control you. You're curious, are Fae the size of humans in this story? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see if they answer us. You only read about 10,000 words this week? Ooh, that's great. If only you could do this during the school year. Hey, sometimes it not being actively in the school years when your brain and mentally kind of relax a bit, and that's sometimes helps. Sometimes it's so hard to be creative when you're always stressed out and you're doing stuff. Um, you're suddenly feeling very puppeted. Cryptid, is this your doing? Nope, not me. I'm an innocent blooba. Baby raccoon, though. You guys all thought Baby Raccoon was all sweet and innocent over here. I'm just saying. Maybe Baby Raccoon isn't as sweet and innocent as you guys all think. Maybe Baby Raccoon has more power than you guys know. I'm just saying. They're roughly the same size? Okay. Let's see. The tattoo was the black diary. Got it. Even the arc weapon slung over his shoulder seemed more in line with their craftsmanship. A wooden stalk carved with representations of dire wolves and griffins and the dire bear again. The metal barrel with more geometric lines. It says geometric patterns here and then geometric lines down here. The only thing recognizable to Octavius was the white wood staff he was leaning on. It had leaves and vines of plants he didn't recognize carved into it. A smaller arc hung within easy reach on his opposite hip. But the most striking thing was that he appeared to be from Milan. Dark and sunken brown eyes, olive skin turned wrinkled, pure white straight hair. Strong, sharp cheekbones and nose. More so someone from the southernmost satrap, but from Milan all the same. He must have been a mage, more likely at that age, a full wizard. God damn it, now it's gonna be in my head. What page are we on now? So half a page, 2, 3. Wait, did I count that right? Half a page, 1, 2, 3, starting 4. So we're starting on 4.5 pages of just describing the statue still. That's what I'm saying. It's feeling lore dump territory here. It feels like the statues and everything here is more important than our main character Octavius. And at that point, I'm like, well, then why are we reading about Octavius if these statues are so important? You got it backwards? You're the puppeteer? Banned. How dare you take away your own free will? The sound of wood tapping on stone and sandaled footsteps upon the ground behind him jolted him from his reverie, and Octavius spun around to see. An old man was making his way down the red stone path. A golden warm light emanated from a yellow orb mage light floating above his left shoulder. He could have been a brother to the statue of Octavius Pilatos. The biggest difference was that he was thinner, almost gaunt and angular, and he was dressed in the light blue robes of an elder wizard. His head was turned to look at the figures in the centerpiece, but then his green eyes traveled over and settled straight on him. "Oh," the old man exclaimed, arresting his steps and coming to a stop. This one, I'm not quite sure. It says arresting his steps and coming to a stop. It seems weirdly repetitive. I think it'd just be the old man exclaimed coming to a stop, right? It's two different ways of saying he stopped. We just need one. Now this is a surprise. I didn't think anyone would be interested in this section. He leaned forward slightly, his right hand gripping his own plain white wood staff to center his balance. Meet. Octavius's mind was completely frozen for a moment, but his body took over in smooth, practiced motions. He quickly bowed as low as he could manage, his arms to his sides, and kept his voice dull and monotone. "Forgive me, sir, for intruding upon you." Hi, big old booty boy. Oh, is that yeah? Just Bob? B-O-B-B, it's Bob. That's cute. He didn't say anything more, and flattened himself as much as he dared against the hedgerows and out of the way, still keeping his head low. Several leaves and branches scratched uncomfortably against his back and made his skin crawl. Maybe he'll think I'm just some minor noble's son and keep going. He was certainly dressed for the part. His father didn't waste money on the fourth son, and only made sure Octavius wasn't too much of an embarrassment when he had to bring him somewhere. There was something strange about the symbol hanging from the leather cord around the man's neck. Something about it was the slightly wrong shape. Could it be? No, he had to be mistaken. He kept his head bowed for as uncomfortably long as possible, but the old wizard didn't proceed past him further down the path. Oh, bother. When he finally lifted his eyes, it was to the sight of the wizard still smiling down at him. Well, thank you, but you have no need to be forgiven by me quite yet, young one. I am Heritha, a servant of Aleph. The wizard inclined his body with a soft grunt into a slight bow of his own. His voice was warm, and he spoke in a measured tone, like when any old person talked to a child of Octavius's own age. But it was also firm and held no hint of frailty. And a servant of Aleph? Isn't that supposed to be what priests are? Who are you? The wizard asked. I am Octavius, sir, he replied, bowing his head again. He didn't know why, but he left off his family name. It was somewhat rude, but maybe the wizard would move on and forget he ever saw him if he didn't give it. Heritha didn't keep moving. I see. Well, I do enjoy walking in this garden and seeing all the masterful dedication to history in the imagecraft contained within. But I must confess, I had not expected to see another in this particular section. I came here to get away from all those at the party. His eyes looked Octavius up and down before he blinked in surprise. Oh, he exclaimed. Looks like you had the same idea. What? I'm terribly sorry. He tapped his white staff twice on the ground, the mage light moving up and down with the same motion. What do you want? Heritha motioned to the direction he had just come from with his staff. Would you rather be alone and let me leave you to admire all this by yourself? Yes, Octavius almost said. What if his father found out he was rude to an elder wizard? It would embarrass the family and bring discord. They just said isn't that what a priest was? But anyway, bring discord. Octavius didn't particularly care for his own sake, but his younger sister was a different story. Oh, your word count so far is 1,430 words? That's exciting! That's going super cool! Oh, no, sir. Octavius tried to sound indifferent but polite. Keep your voice steady. Don't react. They'll get tired of you and then leave soon enough. If you wish, I can leave. I was only looking around. Heritha just chuckled. You're very polite, Octavius. But I have no objection to you being here. He gestured at all the statues with a wave of his hand. I'm sure they wouldn't mind either. Oh, I think there should be a quotation mark here. Heritha smiled conspiratorially. If you have no objection to my own presence, when the rest of the party finds us, I'll have the excuse that I was showing you around. The wizard actually cackled. I'm an old man, so of course I enjoy prattling on about any other old thing that will make anyone listen. Octavius groaned internally. He should just politely decline and flee. But that would definitely be quite rude. Then he remembered the mage symbol. He looked at it more closely. When he recognized it, his heart leapt up into his throat, and fear rooted him to the spot. There was indeed something strange about it. It wasn't the usual traditional symbol for one with the gift of magic from Milan. That was a dove. It was only other symbol mages and wizards. It was the only other symbol mages and wizards could wear. A hawk. What? The old man in front of him wasn't just any wizard, but a war wizard. It was the only other symbol mages and wizards could wear. A hawk. I think that should be rephrased to... I know here the it is in reference to what the necklace he's wearing is, but it's just worded funny. The old man in front of him wasn't just any wizard, but a war wizard. An instrument of the Sultan in Milan. Masters in all the ways of war. He probably was over 300 years old. The man could snuff his life out with a thought. So here's same thing with, let me see, let me find what it was. So all the way back in this section, he's already paying attention to the symbol, and he notices it's slightly off, but then he ignores it and he just says, yes, you're mistaken, and then it's brought up again. Then he remembered the mage symbol. He looked at it more closely. And then fear reached him to the spot. And still not seeing, we now have like over 2 instances. We have like these paragraphs just dedicated to saying, hey, there's something with the necklace, without telling us what the thing is with the necklace. And then we finally get the description here. Okay, most of the magic users wear a dove, but the war wizards wear a hawk, an instrument of the Sultan and Milan. And I feel like all that, it could have just been put into one instance. We didn't need 2 separate occasions for it. It could just be one instance of him noticing the pendant and being like, oh, hey, wait, that is not a dove. That is the hawk for the war wizards. And the info could be condensed into one scene and probably to just a paragraph, or rather than 2, and then the earlier one 3-ish paragraphs, right? It's going a lot into the details. The thing is described, it will need to be important. That's very true. Sometimes, I guess not always. Sometimes it's if things are with emphasis overly described. Like if you are if you're not just like guiding the reader's eyes to something, if you are like shoving their faces and like putting them up and you are making them look at something, quote unquote, obviously it's all being read, but you are making them focus on it, it has to be important, right? Otherwise it just kind of feels wasted. But in general, we're always giving like little descriptions, little bits that add to the vibe, that add to the scenery, that add to like little subconscious things. But normally, again, they're quicker descriptions, just to kind of set the pace, set the vibe, set the setting, whatever it is. But if you are dragging the readers by the back of the neck and you are making them focus on something, it better be worth it to have us be so focused on something. Here, I'm not saying this is an important thing. It could definitely be a really important thing that this is a war wizard and that they have this hawk necklace. I think that's a cool detail of like the hawk versus the dove for these different types of magic users, to differentiate the more peaceful one versus the war wizards. That's a nice touch. I like it. Again, it's just like 2 to 3 paragraphs worth, 2 separate instances mentioning it. It could just be one mention and like roughly 1 paragraph's worth of content. That's kind of the pacing I'm feeling for here. Snuff his life out with a thought. What page are we on? 9, 8. So I might finish up this page, and unless we're near the end. How long is chapter 1? No, chapter 1's long. Chapter 1's a long boy. Okay, let me go back up to 8. Hold on. No! If seeing the screen moves really fast bothers you, go ahead and close your eyes for a second. I'll let you know when I'm done. I'm so sorry. I'm just scrolling back up to where we were. Okay, we're all good. You guys can look again. It's fine. Important adults like war wizards didn't talk to children like himself unless they wanted something from them. or want to do something to them. What about you? What do you want? Is this him asking himself? Octavius asking himself, what does Octavius want? Or is this him in his head thinking about the War Wizard? What does the War Wizard want? Unclear. Well, there was no point in showing fear. Octavius was practiced at that by now. Herethel hadn't seemed to notice that Octavius had realized what he was. He winked at Octavius and waggled his eyebrows. They can hardly fault me for showing off all the work the clan takes to upkeep these grounds. Why, I've spent my own time and effort here myself. And the Idris clan has the finest collection in Milan outside of the palace. Herethel's gaze was unnerving. Octavius couldn't shake the feeling that Herethel could pierce through, see right through. Oh, rephrase that one. That's a wonky sentence. Young Octavius, why are you here? Herethel finally moved his eyes to look at the statues at the centerpiece fountain. There are many heroes, and even villains here from the Great Revolt, the First Blight, and the Dragon War, and even into the Second Blight. Did something in particular catch a glimmer of interest? Herethel's eyes widened in realization. Ah, yes, was it him? He swung his staff and pointed it at the statue behind Octavius. Octavius was proud he didn't flinch. He stared down the wizard for a moment before slightly turning his body to the statue to look at the statue. Statue and statues repeated twice. He still kept one eye on the War Wizard. Oh, I was just looking. I don't know his name. He lied. Did you not read the plaque? Herethel was surprised. No, I can't read. Octavius lied again. That was a secret he was going to keep for as long as he dared. Anything and everything he could claw away from his father and keep locked away was a victory as far as he was concerned. You pet baby raccoon? Ooh. This little miscreant? This little troublemaker? This little hooligan? This one? I don't know. What if he has rabies? This little guy has rabies. What if he's keeping all the cooties locked up? What if he's got all the rabies and he bites your hand? Now, baby raccoon's a pretty good cutie. He seems fine. Seems so innocent. Definitely playing gotcha games. Baby raccoon, are you doing all the gambling games again? And he's on the dark web. Baby raccoon, you know you're not allowed to be on the dark web. Why do you... I know you're probably doing it as a joke, Kid Cal, but like, come on, be nice. He looks full of cooties? Absolutely. This little cutie patootie here is 100% full of cooties. I believe it. Hi, Arya. Welcome back. Herethel cackled again. Ah, then this must be divine providence. Aleph must have guided you to be here at this particular spot. Or you share the very same with the wizard you see before you. So he says, you share the very same. I know it's in reference to his name. But they mention the name here, then they're talking about the plaque, and then they're talking about reading. So then when you do, oh, you share the very same, it would technically be in reference to the last things they've mentioned, which is other stuff. That's not the name. I think you can smooth out Herethel's dialogue here to make it more clear. Oh, you share the same name with the wizard before you. Make it more clear. She only reads it when you aren't here. Don't worry, you're paying them good. That would have been so funny if I'm like, okay, everyone get ready as soon as Arya turns their back. That's when we'll read Raccoon Channel 6 News. And then when Arya comes back, everyone be quiet, everyone scatter. We'll pretend we weren't reading it at all. But no, I know you and Zoe work really, really hard on it, so I always try to make sure you and Zoe are here to have when I read it. Herethus shuffled forward, leaning on his staff with each step. Octavius took another step to the side when he came close to him, but Herethus just gazed up at the statue. Step and step is repeated. Octavius. I would have thought you could have recognized him, because he was here with all the Fae. He said it like it was something everyone knew. He turned his gaze from the old Octavius to the younger. His green eyes blinked and glinted in the mage light. You don't know a thing about him, do you? No, sir. I don't know anything about Octavius Pilatos. Octavius flushed, but resisted the urge to look down and away. He had almost started to mumble. Don't ever let them see you're afraid. He wasn't normally this flustered, but he couldn't help it. To meet a war wizard here was something that should be one step short of impossible. It was surreal. What was he doing here? There was no hostility from Herethus. It was like he was only what he was pretending to be to any outside observer, an old man speaking to anyone who wandered by. But Octavius knew better. He was more afraid right now than all the fury he had ever experienced from his father or any other member of his own clan. Herethus sighed. Oh dear, what are they teaching children these days? He muttered. There were many things to know about him. Shall I tell you about him? I won't be as good as an archivist from Fidelia in the telling and the lesson. What would you like to know about him? Octavius tried one last time to let the war wizard move as far away as possible. I don't want to keep you away from where you were going, sir. Oh nice, you got a bad sweet. Ari's not here, we can read Raccoon News! Herethus shook his head. The mage light bobbed side to side with emotion. That was a neat trick. Oh, not at all, young Octavius. Where I'm going is apparently here, by the grace of Allah. So that we are gonna stop here. We are about halfway through page 11, but the first page is just the title page. So we got through roughly 10 pages. We're finishing on the 10th page. Whoa, that's the Raccoon News? You're absolutely invested. Yeah, everyone, wasn't that Raccoon Channel 6 News segment great? Oh. You have the Arya radar alarm up. Cute, apparently. Apparently didn't. Arya's right here. Yep, definitely not here. Feel free to read Raccoon 6 News, because I definitely will miss it. If you ever got $500,000 USD, what would I do? Easy. I would pay off the little bit of business credit cards that we have. We have like $2,000 in debt for the business credit card for Cryptid Roots as a business. For anyone new here, yes, Cryptid Roots is a business. Me and my younger sibling Roots, we own it. It's patches and embroidery and sewing and stuff. But yeah, the startup fees, we have everything else paid off. We have all of our machines paid off. It's just that initial, like, leftover debt from starting up the business. It's $2,000. I would get rid of that easy. Then I'd actually have no debt. There would be no debt to my name, which would be a fan-fucking-tastic feeling. And then I would invest more into the business. Sleeping would be important in that. But yeah, I would invest more into the business. I would definitely look at just doing the move over to the Netherlands in the next few years then. And I would want to buy a mixed-use building. I would either go Cryptid shop in Raccoon News. Oopsie. I'm just terrible at it. I never actually touched an embroidery machine until 2020. I was mostly a seamstress. I did get my degree in sewing and in costuming. Um, so I do have a college degree in that. But I hadn't touched an embroidery machine until 2020 because it was 2020. And then we opened up the business late 2020, early 2021. And then our stuff's been on the Grammy Red Carpet twice now. We've had a contract with Legoland to do patches for the Pirates section of their parade they opened up a few years ago in California. Stands help. They do. It depends on the what crafts you're doing. So rap that teaches you how to be a really fucking evil and corrupt but successful business owner. Well, I don't want to do that. I just want to be... Can I be like a mediocre successful business owner who's not as evil? Who's just maybe a little bit sassy? Can't I do that? Anyway, but yeah, there's that. So I would definitely invest more in the business. Because it's a huge thing. Oftentimes repeating words. We need to work to avoid that. Hey, that happens. We don't know things until we get a critique like this. And there's that other pair of eyes pointing it out. It's really fucking hard to notice your own stuff that you're doing. Even then, when you do have people who self-edit stuff, like me for The Last Ballerinas here, right? I have all these edits on the side. The Last Ballerinas, I made this years ago. I made this when I was still in my creative writing course in college, and I still was going for my major in creative writing before I switched over to costuming. Need this Aria alarm. Never buy off the dark web, kids. So yeah, definitely, it either takes time away from your work to be able to self-edit it, or it takes edits like this, where you have someone else look over it and point things out. What was I saying? But yeah, I would invest in the business. I would go ahead and move. And yeah, I would just live my best crypto. I would already either buy my abandoned haunted Victorian mansion, and then I would host I would host my little writing retreats for all you raccoons. You guys could all hang out and we would do like little writing retreats together in my haunted Victorian mansion. Repeating a word every paragraph is a huge offense. The highest of offenses. Banned. Begone. Your birthday parties are canceled forevermore. It's the worst crimes. The cops are coming for you right now. Right now, it's not a big serious thing. That just gets fixed later on in critiques or line edits and all that other good jazz, right? It happens. What am I saying? But yeah, that's kind of the gist. Hopefully that answers your question, Zoe. Oh, I'd also get my fucking model. My own custom model. With all the cool stuff I want on my model. Use the lubricant. Whoa, that's serious. That's serious. That's really serious. Holy shit. That's craziness. Zoe's out here saying that I think it's easier just to go to jail than lose your Uber privilege. Come on. We don't need to be that crazy harsh, Zoe. Oh my god. But yeah, so I pointed out a few things, just as a recap though. I think the biggest critique I'll have is some of the pacing. We're having way too long and slow pacing, especially for the stuff that feels like a lore dump. We're not having our character, the young Octavius, to differentiate, really be too engaged with anything. He's here, he has thoughts, and then it's pages of just describing the statues and the scenery and the details, before then he's at least doing something. He's at least interacting with this war magician, with this war mage. I can forget what it's called. War wizard, there we go. And at least then he's having dialogue, he's having thoughts, he's being involved in the story again. But having multiple pages where our character's not doing anything other than being a pair of eyeballs for us, it's too much. So I'd say that throws off the pacing a bit. That's the first critique. And then the second critique is actually a lot of the other stuff. The other stuff that we're hearing from Octavius with his family, he has a sister that he's worried about. There's stuff with the war mages. There's stuff, the reason why he's hiding here. He apparently has an injury, and it's not brought up again. that I'm like, those are the stuff I want to know about, and I wish those were actually brought up more and described more, because that's the stuff I as a reader wanted to hear about. So I feel like some things are underwritten about. I want more emphasis on those, and other things have too much emphasis, right? It's just that balance and act. That's the biggest thing a friend pointed out. Oh, okay. So it's not like the very first time you've heard this. I'm not like an outlier here, so that's good. But yeah, those would be my two critiques. I think is just working on that juggling act with what's being emphasized, what's having the page space taken up. And that's just a thing with pacing. The general guideline for pacing is if something's mentioned in a fragment of a full sentence, like it's not the whole point of the sentence, it's part of a sentence and the rest of the sentence about something else. That's a very, very quick thing, right? It's just a quick little like, oh, okay, that's bloop, that's just a second, it's fine. Or something has a whole sentence, okay, that's relatively important. That's an important note for the reader. That's kind of like taking a couple of seconds for the mental camera, the camera movie theater to like focus in on something. If something has a paragraph about it, that thing better be fucking important. And if something has multiple paragraphs, multiple pages even, that is like minutes to like a half an hour mentally wise. Like we want that to be worth that time. I'm not saying that's how long it takes you to read the page. I'm saying like the equivalency of like a movie. We're looking at framing stuff. It needs to be worth it for it to hold our attention for that long. So like yeah, saying like someone has like blonde hair and is tall. Oh, the fact that it's blonde hair is only half of that sentence. Not half of the sentence was she has blonde hair. The other half is she is tall. That's not a very important detail. If you go into someone has blonde hair and the color of their hair and what shade of blonde it is, for 5 paragraphs, the shade of blonde it is, that is way too much detail on the blonde hair. Like what the fuck? We don't even get that kind of stuff for Rapunzel. What the fuck? So that kind of framing perspective. How long should something be mentioned with the level of importance it has, with the level of you want the readers to pay attention to this? That's kind of a good gauge. That's why I even gave the idea of like, oh, this was like roughly 2.5, 3 paragraphs earlier, and I'm like, it should really be 1 paragraph total. It's a neat thing, it's an interesting thing, but it's like 1 paragraph's worth of content. When they play around, yeah, it's definitely a really fun thing. Like I said, I want to know more about Octavius. I want to know about this injury. Why were you playing such a dangerous weapon? Are you alright? How did you hurt yourself? I still want to know that. That's what kept me motivated to read for 10 pages, even though it never really talked about that again. Blondness intensifies. Yeah, see, so we kind of have a frame of reference. When you start getting really good at that, at finding a good balance with how much something should take up, then you can even like make quick notes. And let me see if I can find an example of it. Just my review screen. That's my, yeah, here's it. So when I was doing my shitty little rough draft outline ideas, right? So like, I had this dragon lady, right? I was like, okay, let's make this fucking story. There's the dragon lady. She's secretly a dragon lady. The first chapter is gonna be her killing a red dragon, right? And the dragon's gonna be calling her a traitor and revealing the fact that she's half dragon before she finishes killing the dragon. So when we have these scenes, I know, okay, the finishing move, her putting a sword through the dragon's brain, and that's the final move. I already know in my head, I'm like, that's a short paragraph to like a really, really intense, solid line. That's a short paragraph, just having that cool finishing move of a sword slicing through the dragon's brain, and it stops speaking and it finally dies. Right? That's about a paragraph full. It's a cool little compact scene there. But the whole entire scene here should be probably a short chapter. I was planning this to be a short chapter. The fact of she's finishing here, she's panting, she's heavy, she's tired, she's all this different stuff. She's had this epic battle with this red dragon. It's almost dying, and it should be easily a couple of paragraphs to 1 to, I don't think any more than 3 pages, 1 to 2 pages, 2.5 pages of the dialogue exchange, of the red dragon calling her out, sensing the fact that our main character here is a half dragon, that she's part of the lineage, she has these dragon powers she's hiding, and that she's a traitor to the dragon race, right? While she's ignoring him and not answering. You can kind of get, after a while, I have in my head, like, oh, okay, this is roughly the amount of physical space to convey this idea. But definitely takes time. It's not a easily developed skill. It takes time, it takes work to balance scenes. And figure out how long to talk about something. But yeah. This get brought up again, but it's more at the end of the chapter. Okay. But even then, I was kind of like, maybe the chapter should have even been a bit shorter, just condensing all the descriptions here. And even finding the right place where sometimes the description is important, but it's not at the right place. Like, I was even wondering, like, some of these other characters, I got why the Octavius statue was important he focused on. I even think it was fine to focus on the fact, hey, the statues are split, they're segregated by the elves and the humans, and it's the opposite of the peace grounds. And that could have been a paragraph or two. But everything else, like the exact descriptions of some of the elves and some of the other statues that weren't Octavius, I was wondering, like, is this the right spot for it, or should they be brought up later if those characters aren't important? I wasn't really sure. It was the fact that she's a half dragon hiding the fact she's half dragon, and she's killing the red dragon. He's over there like, the fucking hell, bitch. You're over here pretending you're a full human and you're killing us dragonkind. What the fuck is wrong with you? Goddamn dirty ass traitor. And again, I don't know, right? I was doing this as an example, right? We were talking, this is a while, this is my scratch sheet. We were just talking about the idea, how do you start world building? How do you start opening scenes? How do you start rough drafting and planning out what scenes and what your story is going to be? And I was giving the example here of like, okay, I'm going to start a story. I'm going to start a story with a cool dragon lady. She's going to be fighting a dragon. Why is she hiding the fact that she's a half dragon? Because of dragon racism, right? We were just going off the top of our head. We were just coming up with the plot. We were spitballing. I was showing the creative process for it. But that idea, if I had this scene, if this was the final, like, idea of like, hey, I'm gonna start chapter 1, is the end of her killing this red dragon, and the red dragon reveals she's a traitor because she's half dragon herself, and it ends with her finally doing the finishing blow on the dragon. I have an idea for the pacing. I know what amount of details and how long they should take in. Hi, Pepin. It's good to see you. Welcome on in. But it absolutely takes time, and even now, when I have a good grasp on it, am I perfect at it? No. I think if any writer tells you they're perfect at something, they're full of shit. Writers definitely do have strengths, and we definitely have weaknesses. All writers have weaknesses. But there are definitely strengths writers have. But even when you're really, really, really strong at something, are you perfect at it? Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm calling bullshit on anyone who says that. Oh, something with the Spurs? Did the worst choke job? What's that? In finals history? Oh no, so did I haven't been keeping up with the sports stuff. Did the Spurs lose? Is that what happened here? Is that what happened? Oh no. Oh no, for all the Spurs fans, that's so sad. I mean, it's probably great for the other fans of the other team, but for the Spurs fan, that's really sad. But yeah, that's where I'm ending today. That's my critique. It's really the handling of the pacing. Let me go ahead and revisit that. But otherwise, thank you so much for submitting your piece. I happily got to read yours today. I'll go ahead and remove your name here. I hope the critique was helpful, even if you disagree with everything else and it was just pointing out repetitions of some few words or some rephrasing and stuff, then hey, whatever little bit helps. I'm happy to have done it. They lost in the most humiliating way possible? A disqualification? Is that what happened? Oh no. That sounds bad. Let me see over here. Let me edit this. Save. And let me go ahead and remove you from the queue then. But thank you so much for sharing. I hope this was a pretty good introduction to like what getting a critique is like. Hopefully it wasn't too scary. I know everyone who submits, especially for a first time, it seems very intimidating because you're getting critique and you're getting critique on a live stream with a bunch of people you don't know in a chat. And I hope this was a pretty good intro of like, oh yeah, they'll ask me questions, they'll point out a thing or two, they'll help me with some like spelling or grammar issues if they run into it. And it's like an okay thing, and now I have some feedback and some examples on how to improve. It's not, hopefully it wasn't too scary. I hope nobody's shaking in their boots. I try to keep it relatively chill vibe. It's a pretty nice place. Raccoon news? Oh yeah, not great. You were just guessing? No, they lost despite having a 30-point lead? Oh wait, how do you lose then? How do you lose if you have more points? You're terrified? You should be. I'm so vicious. I'm the scariest blooba in this side of the world. And the other side of the world. I'm the scariest blooba in the whole world. The guy is back. Is turned. Raccoon 6 News. Oh no. Anyway, so we can do Raccoon Channel 6 News. I'm totally fine with that. I have to run to the bathroom really quick though. I was gonna be like, oh, do you want to call it here? But no, I think people are waiting on Raccoon Channel 6 News. So I'm going to... Man, I'm so brutal. I'm the scariest blooba. I'm the scariest one ever. Let me see if I'll put my model... Do you guys want to see a little bit of her eyeballs when she stares into your soul? But I'm gonna run really, really quick, and then we'll be back, and then we can do Raccoon Channel 6 News. Does that sound good for everybody? That's what critiques are for. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad that was a good critique. I'll be right back. Trips of the baby. So I'm coming back. Let's go ahead and see over here. Let me get them back. Hello, I'm back. Let's get the model not staring into your guys' soul. Arya knows Raccoon Channel 6 News is canceled? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Let me go ahead. Sorry for anyone that was a little quick little... I had to run to the bathroom. My eyeballs were floating. It was terrible. Let's see. That's right, thanks so much for the submission. Darker, deeper eyes of coal, casting judgment to your soul. There she sees within our thoughts, sins and deeds, and what is not. What is that from? What's that quote from? This high intuition sound rolls no lower than 17 with the stat boosters. You thought it too? What is that from? Wait, what? Wait. Oh no, I'm being clipped again. Everyone got new cotton candy out and start cleaning. Raccoon 6 News incoming. Oh, you made it up? That was great. That was fucking great. I fully thought that was a quote from something. Darker, deeper icicles, casting judgment to your soul. There she sees within our thoughts, sins and deeds, and what is not. That's crazy. I absolutely would have believed it if you said it was a quote from something. Oh my god. Anyway, let me go ahead. Raccoon Channel 6 News. Alrighty. We did do... 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 We did do We did do Messy Mervin stuff, right? We did do Messy Mervin's vacation. Did we do Messy Mervin's baby raccoon rescue? Cumes, did we do Messy Mervin's baby raccoon rescue? I don't remember. Let's see. Yes, we rescued baby raccoon. That's why he's here. Okay, I wanted to make sure. I didn't know if it was like a side story or something. I'm like, wait. What happened? Okay, let me get everything set up so we all can see. For everyone new here, for all my lovely new chatters, all my new lurkers, all my lovely new raccoons, Raccoon Channel 6 News, since you guys are my raccoons, everyone in the chat who's a follower, you guys are my raccoons. If you are some other type of critter, that's totally fine. That just means you're an honorary raccoon. So like Hide and Heart's part of my coyote guard, because they're a mod. Even though they're a coyote, they're still a raccoon. That's just an honorary raccoon. But Raccoon Channel 6 News is a little fun project made by raccoons for raccoons, where you guys, you can all submit little fun news updates or little mini stories about your little critter Sona and what they're up to. And there's an ongoing one between Arya here in chat and Zoe, who have their Sonas, Arya the Scavenger and Archie Archives, who's the normal news host. And there's a civil war that's going on. There was even a segment here where baby raccoon was missing and both sides were blaming the other. We even have the missing poster from that time. See, baby raccoon was missing. And there's all different little updates that we're hearing and stuff. But there's everything from weather reports, brand sponsorships on the news channel, from little alternative things like instead of Dr. Peppers, there was Dr. Stinkers. And all sorts of different little things. And it's just a fun little project by fans, for fans. Again, by raccoons, for raccoons. That I then read up here, and you guys can give me the different little prompts for what voices I should do or attempt to do for your original characters. Vacation pieces, interviews, that's right, all sort, anything you guys can think of. It's just fun little things here. You're very chaotic. Oh my goodness, Jack, great job on all the words done. That's huge progress. You're the harmonious VIP. Uh-oh. Wow, right. Kittens, be nice. You know you're gonna upset your mama by existing. I can't do a French accent. Don't do that. I'm gonna be canceled. You're gonna be canceled. Let me move my screen over to here. I know you guys can't see the Discord stuff too well. Again, I'm gonna read everything out loud just like I do with the story critiques, so it's not a huge big deal. But yeah, it's hard to see the screen. Let me go ahead and change this to Raccoon Channel 6 News. There we go. Voulado, la-di-da, voulado. Alright, so we left off with Shadow Alpha had been reporting we did end up finding baby raccoon, but there was a new war breaking out in what would be human terms, Russia. But I think in an undescribed location, the mysterious northeast, a cold zone. There's reports in their war, in this unknown war, there's this other war going on between humans, these mythical humans, and raccoons. And there's a tiny little baby raccoon over in that war zone that everyone was getting worried, like, is that baby raccoon? Oh no, we have to save baby raccoon from this other war zone. But no, we saved baby raccoon from the lobster mobsters. Messy Mervin did. And it's always Russians. Someone give me Russian accents to try out and attempt. Not these French ones. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah. That is my baby raccoon. We're so happy that baby raccoon back. And that's where we left off. So let's go ahead and continue with the civil war happening in our area between Arya the Scavenger and Archie Archives. Oh my god, Detective Ba. What did Detective Ba sound like? What are we doing here? You guys got. I think if you guys can, before I get to that, whatever voice it is, if you can let me like give me a little prompt, like remind me how they're supposed to sound, because it's been too long. British accent, British. I'm not going to do a very good British accent, but I'll try my best still. Yeah, display. That's totally fine. Oh my god, how does the British say Archie? Archie. Archie! Detective Ba yelled, barging into the newsroom. Cryptid and Baby Raccoon were hugging, crying in each other's arms. Oh, hey, look at that. That's me. That's me. And that's you, Baby Raccoon. Yeah, it's us. Mwah. You're such a good Baby Raccoon. Back over here you go. Cryptid and Baby Raccoon were hugging, crying in each other's arms. Archie gave Detective Ba a look of annoyance for interrupting this emotional reunion. Yet knew Ba well enough to know that they wouldn't do this without good reason. Here, Quershe, Orse. I don't know what that is. Yes, Archie said. I found her. The room fell silent. Those 3 words broke Cryptid and Baby Raccoon out of their trance, looking at Ba with awe. The UK say Archie. I know I'm saying it wrong, doing a terrible accent. I'm so sorry. Arya? Arya's hiding in the sewers. No, I'm so switching accents. This is not the UK anymore. It's fine. I'm just sticking with it. It's whatever fucking bullshit accent this is. Arya's hiding in the sewers, Boss said. She was doing a broadcast. The data wasn't encrypted, so I intercepted the signal and found the IP of the device of origin. It's not the UK. From that, it was only a matter of contacting the tech department to trace the IP back to its exact location. Munchkins! Archie yelled. Oh, how's the little squirrel? It's fun to hear you try the accent. I think I tried for half a second. And, and then I just gave up. I'm like, whatever weird voice I'm doing now, that's just what it is. But it was not a UK accent. Dear fucking god. You do anything about Munchkin's accent? Do what you want with the accent, and I'll think of one later. So they're a squirrel? A little squirrel. Should I do? I don't want to do a high-pitched voice. That's gonna be fucking annoying. Maybe I should. A little squirrel in the corner, yeah. Is the mic even picking that up? Can you guys hear it? When I do that high-pitched voice? A deep voice. Oh, wait, that's funny. Yes, ma'am. I can't do a deep voice. No, yes, ma'am. A little squirrel in the corner yelled, quickly standing at attention and saluting. What was that? Ba asked, confused. This is Captain Munchkins, Archie said. This civil war caught us off guard. We never anticipated something like this, so we had no way to stop it. Munchkins is the head of the newly established Critter Peacekeeping Authority, CPA, a branch of government designated to putting down any future incidents like this. Just do Steve Carell voice? Like in Over the Hedge? I don't remember. It's been too long. I was a little kid when Over the Hedge came out. I don't fucking remember all the voices in it. Munchkins, Archie said, snapping their head back at the feeble squirrel. Follow Ba back to Arya's location. Take a squad, capture her and her allies alive. I want 0 casualties. Understood, Munchkin said. Watching Munchkins and Ba leave the room, Cricket slowly turned her head to Archie. her features straining as a look of disgust covered her. "You made a military?" Cryptid said in a slow horror. "Listen, I know it sounds bad, but please understand. It was a difficult decision, but it's a miracle nobody has yet to die in this war. Should we keep relying on our luck to ensure nobody dies? No, we need to make sure this doesn't happen again. It's the only way." "I'm sorry, Cryptid, but it had to be done."
Critter Peacekeeper Authority.
I understand, Cryptid said, her doubts not leaving her, but being overpowered by her fear for the safety of the critters. With the Civil War and baby raccoons kidnapping happening back to back, fear, distrust, anxiety were at an all-time low. Wait, all-time high. Fear, distrust, and anxiety were at an all-time high. Oopsie. Marching through the rain, Munchkins and 15 other soldiers marched behind Ba. Tear gas, tasers. Their arsenal was filled with non-lethal weapons for subduing Arya and her followers. Standing over a manhole cover, Ba gave a hand sign, signaling to the squad that this was the place. The soldiers dispersed, covering all the nearby manhole covers to ensure Arya had no path to escape. Munchkins held up 5 fingers for his squad to see. Then 4, 3, 2, then 1. The sound of metal scraping was loud, but not nearly as loud as the sound of squirrel soldiers dropping down, firing warning shots while screaming commands. "Get down! Don't mi-" Oh wait, no, it's cutesy voices. Wait, hold on. While screaming commands.
"Get down! Don't move! Drop your weapons!"
You wish you could count that high? All the way up to 5? Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine Elving and the Chipmunks going to war. "I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I know that reference. See, I'm learning human references. I got there.
"Get down! Don't move! Drop the weapons!"
In total, it took under 30 seconds for every single one of Arya's minions to be captured and subdued. Munchkins dropped down into the sewers. A smirk grew on his face, seeing Arya being held down by 3 separate squirrel soldiers, screaming threats and insults in a desperate attempt to keep power over the situation.
"Well, what will you do now?" Munchkin said sarcastically, towering over Arya.
That one Star Sailor in the Super Mario movie?
"What now?"
"I'll kill you all!" Arya screamed.
Yeah, Munchkin said. "Save it for prison."
His face dropped. The sound of a gun cocking filled the room, right behind him. Psycho Stick got me a date once. Wait, what? Right behind him. Munchkins immediately turned back, grabbing the gun and pinning the rogue squirrel soldier down.
"Why were you trying to kill me?" Munchkin said. "I wasn't trying to kill you," the soldier said, turning his head to look at Arya.
Munchkins froze for a moment.
"Hi, Ghost." "Archie said no casualties. Archie's ignorant and stupid," he yelled. "We jail her? She'll be broken out. The only way we can keep her down forever is to kill her.
The room grows. The air tense. Not just from the betrayal, but because the betrayer could be right. The fuck are you doing? The fuck are you doing? What is going on in your little brain cell right now, huh? Huh? You want to just go up there? You're fine. It was a bag. It was a bag. You're fine. Now you don't care. Now you just want to go to the bag. Okay. Behave. The betrayer could be right. Would prison truly keep Arya from wreaking more havoc? Her followers would still be free and powerful. Jailing all her followers was out of the question. Giving a single group of raccoons the power to imprison someone just for their beliefs was a slippery slope to authoritarianism. Blah, blah, blah. Was killing Arya the only way? No, Arya, you're fine. Ghost was up on the cat tree next to my streaming setup, and he was looking around, looking to start knocking stuff over. He had that look in his eyes. You know, that one that all little baby kittens have. The one where they're about to do mischief. Sorry, Arya, didn't mean to give you a heart attack. Was killing Arya the only way?
Somebody handcuff these two,
Munchkins yelled. There was no response. The only response was laughter from Arya. In that moment of distraction, the betraying squirrel soldier broke free, pushing Munchkins to the ground. 2 other squirrel soldiers went to restrain the betrayer, and yet 2 more soldiers came to his aid. Before long, all 3 soldiers holding Arya down were gone, giving her a window to escape. As she began running to the exit, the stock of a rifle smashed into the back of her head. She was knocked to the ground, too dazed to get back up.
Say goodnight, scavenger,
the soldier said, pointing their rifle at Arya. Arya smiled in the face of this sudden death. Oh my god! Without looking ahead, what do you guys think? Is Arya gonna make it? Is Arya the scavenger gonna fucking make it? Oh fuck. This is getting tense. Oh no.
say goodnight, Arya the scavenger. Dun dun dun. Say goodbye, polka badge Jim.
I'm so glad I don't have to do this cutesy. I think the cutesy voice for these tough squirrel soldiers was absolutely the right call. I'm so glad I don't have to do like this voice all the time though.
Dun dun dun.
Bang! The soldier fell to the floor, convulsing as the taser filled their body with electricity. They hit the ground mere inches from Arya's head. Her laughter died out, being replaced by loud hyperventilating. She was clawing for the exit, getting out of the sewers without a scratch. The commotion had caused the soldiers guarding the manhole covers to leave, giving Arya a window to escape. They're meant to be elites, highly trained soldiers. The cutesy voice for them is hilarious. You know what it's reminding me of? It's reminding me of the Emperor's New Groove. Yzma when she's turned into the cat. And she has the cutesy voice. Oh, 1 second. Oh, sorry, big yawn. 8 hours later. Archie! Detective Boss said, slamming open the door. Again?
Archie said, recognizing a pattern with how Ba likes to enter rooms. Turn on the news, right now, Ba said in a panic. I have completely changed the voice of Ba. That is not the same voice, but we're rolling with it. Archie, in fear, turned on the TV with that same panic. Crowds of raccoons surrounded the Capitol building as Arya spoke with a commanding voice. It's time we take action, Arya said. My people, my critters, the truest of the raccoons. It's time for an insurrection. Oh my god! Nothing quite like making a comedic point by making somebody have a cute voice. Oh. And that's right, does everyone, for all my new raccoons, all my new chatters here, here's the Raccoon News intro. Let me pause the lo-fi beats. Beeps. Beeps. Ta-da! I still love that so much. It's such a fun little thing. Cryptid Roots News Network. I just went to take the hydrate or dehydrate that you redeemed, Chatty Maddie. I almost fucking choked on the water. I almost died. Oh my god. No. Anyway, there we go. It's fine. It's fine. Ari has fully lost it now. Oh no. Oh, more water to wash down the water. Maddie nearly killed Cryptid. Someone reported on Channel 6 News. Quick stat. Chatty Maddie, attempted Cryptid killer, fleeing the scene. Oh, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. That was fantastic. Oh my goodness. The water was poisoned. The poisoned water. Cusco's pill. No, it's not. I won't do it. I won't do it. I feel like The Emperor's New Groove, when I watched that as a child, shaped a whole generation of humor. Oh no. Yeah, I'm so curious. So we know Arya the Scavenger. Not the same TM as our lovely Arya here in chat. Arya the Scavenger. We know they have this rivalry with Archie Archives, right? That they believe Archie has too much power, that they want Archie to surrender a lot of the power, etc. I'm so curious now. I want to see, now that Arya the Scavenger's kind of losing it, I want to know, what does Arya think of Cryptid? Cryptid's kind of the one that a lot of the raccoons and Commander Roots kind of rally around for, right? Archie is technically even says that they work for Cryptid. So I'm wondering if Archie Archives gets out of the way, or at least Arya believes Archie Archives is out of the way, would the next target actually be Cryptid? Would Arya think Cryptid now has too much power, has too much influence? That's something I want to. I'm curious if it will ever be mentioned if Arya actually dislikes Cryptid as well, or if Cryptid, since she's more of a neutral party, if Arya would actually listen to anything from Cryptid. That would be an interesting turn of events. At the climax of the Civil War, however the insurrection ends, will be how the Civil War arc wraps up. That's exciting. That's exciting. And then when the Civil War is wrapped up, I think that's like a good chunk of Raccoon Channel 6 news that would be done. But then I would take it all, I'd like polish it up a bit, I'd type everything up, and then I think I would record me reading all of it, trying to do consistent voices for characters and without interruptions from little kitties looking around and stuff. That then I would then post the Raccoon Channel 6 news on YouTube, at least me reading it. Oh, if I click on this, something will happen? Oh, I didn't know. Wait, hold on. What happens? Is it psych? Wait. Oh, I already told you I don't have an ellipsis account. I can't see it. I can't see it. Yeah, it wants me to make an account. Nick knows too? I can't remember if I told her yet or not. Oh. Channel has my bad Southern, Irish, and Scottish accents. I think when we're reading stuff aloud and we're doing it's just part of the bit, right? We had to try and attempt to do funny accents. I view it as the way of, like, you know, like when parents are like reading to their kids and they do funny voices for all the different characters in a little Dr. Seuss book or something. I kind of view it that way. It's like, yeah, we're obviously not doing good voices, but part of the bit when you're doing the voices for your little kids is you gotta do silly voices. You gotta try. Oh. And the Cryptid will react to the ending of the huge plot twist. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the follow. And hey, I hope you like hanging out with the Cryptid cult here. And if you guys are ever interested in writing your own Raccoon Channel 6 stories or little subplots or anything like that, hey, head on over to the Discord. There is a little section here called the Raccoon Assignment Desk. Oh, let me see if I can show it a little bit better. And you'll put whatever little idea and stuff that you want to do here, and then it will just be approved, and then you can post it in the Raccoon Channel 6 news, and then I'll read it here. I'll get to read all about your cool OC and what you think happens in the Cryptid Roots universe and all the fun stuff there. Plot twist, baby Raccoon is now the dictator? That would be crazy. Baby Raccoon, would you do that? Baby Raccoon, you wouldn't do that to us, would you? There we go, fixed it. Okay. Wait, is this the hour-long special? Is this the full hour? Oh, it's just part one. This is just part of it. Because, wait, if it's a full hour worth of content, I don't know if I have the voice for it. My voice is already fading. It's just part one. Okay, that's probably fine. I can do a little part. Please, mouse, please work. Please, all the raccoons are counting on me here. Here. Hold on. Un momento. Por favor. Window. Go to... here. Oh, my model's freaking out. Sorry. Bottle, please stop breaking your bones. You don't need to break your bones. Baby Raccoon killed Dumbledore? Baby Raccoon! You're so young to already have a kill count. Oh my god. That's crazy. For the first part? What? Did I do this? I didn't do this. How long is this? Okay, it's just a little smidge under 4 pages. So, let's go ahead, get comfy and cozy. You guys, we're continuing Raccoon Channel 6 News. Let's go. Raccoon News Special, Part 1. Somewhere from the start. What does that mean? What is this? Is this... Webby. Webby has a... Smooth as sugar. That's how Webby sounds. Smooth as sugar. Well now, isn't this just the most darling day, Archie? The sun is setting down yonder, pretty as a picture, just like it did back when we first landed ourselves in this here future. Webby commented to Archie as they looked over yonder on the balcony of Archie's apartment. Archie has a fucking apartment. I'm out here still living in the fucking cryptid swamps. I'm just emerging from the swamps outside the abandoned 8-11 parking lot. I'm fine. I'm normal. I'm normal about everything. Anyway. Archie looked at Webby for a moment, and ahead to the setting sun slowly going down, smiling softly as they closed their eyes and breathed in the deepest breath in their life as they let out a chuckle, and as the soft smile they had become a genuine smile. Probably a penthouse suite. Oh no. Yeah, Archie agreed, looking at the sunset. Meanwhile, as Archie was looking at the sunset with a smile, Webby, seeing their genuine smile, as their eyes widened a bit, felt a small blush creep into her face, seeing Archie's beautiful smile contrasting the setting sun, making her look away with a bashful look. Archie doesn't notice Webby's bashful look, having her thoughts wandering and being distracted by the beautiful scenery of the setting sun. As Webby remembers the times she had seen Archie genuinely smiling, without the mask she had made, she barely sees the beautiful smile she used to have often with her, or anyone at all. But she couldn't blame Archie. It was her fault, after all, and seeing her smile made her spidery heart ache. She had longed to see that smile again, even if it cost her life. She still loves her so damn much she would kill for her. But she couldn't tell Archie. She felt she didn't deserve her love again, as they didn't know if Archie would love them back. But at least for Webby, she knew Archie didn't hate them, which was better than being hated, as she didn't know what to do if Archie hated them. So, they took a deep breath in and out to let some of her stress out, and let herself loosen a bit, and sat on Archie's shoulder as they reminisced on their past together. And a particular memory popped up for an actual conversation to stop, and not just continue with the small talk. Hey, sugar, do you remember that sweet time way back when we first got our official stamp of approval to head on out to our dear old gal pal Luna's wedding? Stamp of approval. Archie thought for a bit and hummed in agreement. I remember, Webby. Archie answers Webby's question, looking at their cup of cocoa and taking a sip of it, remembering that day clearly. Prologue, The Past, Part 1. March 16th, 3:37 p.m. The year is redacted. Somewhere deep in a forest in county Florida? Somewhere deep in a forest in Florida, a research facility of unknown origin lies in the middle. Researchers walking around, collecting data, discussing daily life, and so much more. But in the facility, two individuals stood out the most, mainly due to their reputation as the most interactive researchers in their organization with their specimen, which shouldn't be allowed normally. And currently, those two are chatting in their office, drinking coffee and hot cocoa. I'm trying to figure out which one this is so I can do the right voice. Maybe this is Archie? Is this one Archie or Webby? Redacted happens after the big circle in the sky gets cut out. This is Archie, okay. This is the good stuff. A nice hot cocoa is always the best to warm you up, said a woman in their late 20s. Their hair was styled into a casual, textured half-up knot that sat loosely at the back of their head. Are these humans? This sounds like these might be the humans. This might be lore, you guys. This might be suddenly humans. We've had hints that maybe some of my raccoons, were once these amazingly not known too much about things called people. There are hints that maybe the people turned into critters. And that's why I don't see a lot of critters, or a lot of people in the Cryptid Roots universe. Soft feathered bangs brushed against their forehead, while the pulled back strands proudly showed off a stark gray peekaboo underlayer that cascaded down past their shoulders. As they stand around 5 feet 2 inches with a petite build, their eyes are dark brown and also a bit baggy, probably due to sleep deprivation, as they blush and giggle at another woman, looking a year or two older than her. The woman had silky, smooth, long black hair, and is standing around 5 foot 4 inches, and her build is lean and toned like a model's. She has a subtle, athletic look about her. Pebbles! Their eyes are blue as the midday, and their smile shines like the sun as they talk and joke around with the first woman. Well now, it ain't nearly as warm as whenever you look my way. Flash that sweet smile of yours, sugar. And I declare, a good hot cup of coffee is just the finest thing to kick a person wide awake from all this darn paperwork we've been saddled with, the woman with black hair said to the other woman. The first woman blushed as they glared at the other, who giggled, seeing their flustered face from them flirting. Oh, shut up, Scarlet, you sweet talker, the woman replied. What's the matter, darling? You mean to tell me you ain't used to my sweet talking by now? Why, we've been courting for what, 2 whole years and 22 days now? And yet here you are, still looking at me just as flushed as the day we started. Scarlet says to the other woman, leaning in close with a smirk. The woman pouted, turning her away and tried to tease back. You know well that I just can't handle your sweet, alluring southern accent, you bumpkin. Scarlet looked at them with a smile as a small blush crept in. Unfortunately, the other woman couldn't see it, as Scarlet just chuckled and put her cup of coffee down and just hugged her back. Aww. I'm just so terribly sorry, sugar. Couldn't you find it in your heart to forgive a silly old country bumpkin like me? Can you do that for me, Zoe, darling? Scarlet said to Zoe, whispering in her ear and squeezing her a bit from the hug, which makes her blush even more as they squirm. Fine, just this once, Zoe told Scarlet as she rolled her eyes, still pouting, folding her arms. Scarlet giggled as they kissed their cheek. Why, thank you kindly, sugar, for forgiving a silly old bumpkin like me. Zoe kissed back as she commented, I can never stay mad at you, Webby. I know, Archie, honey, I know. And that's the very reason I'm always gonna love you. From the absolute bottom of my darn heart. Scarlet replied back. After a bit, as they finished their flirting session, someone knocked on their office door. Come in, Zoe called as they finished their cup of cocoa. A man in his late 40s came in with stacks of paper, putting it all down on Zoe's desk as he groans from stretching his back. That's right, it seemed like they used Archie and Zoe. That's interesting. Oh, fuck, is this the French? How fucking dare you? I thought you were joking about that. Zoe, what are you doing to me? Here's the approved approval document. Oh, that's a mouthful. Approved approval document for that whole wedding attendance for Mossman? Is that Butterfly Lady's wedding, no? The man said to Zoe. Ah, yes, the document. I was wondering when it would arrive. Thanks, Charles. No problem, Miss Zoe. Always happy to help you out. Instantly unrealistic. Instantly unrealistic. Somebody French saying they're happy to help you out. Never gonna happen. You find me a moment in history when a French person said that. Can't happen. Charles is a fake. Charles is a fraud. Charles is a fake French person. They're not really French. Maybe they're Canadian French. But they're not really French. I'm calling you out, Charles. I've noticed your little mind game. I've seen what you're trying to pull on over us. I ain't falling for it. The twist is Charles is the real evil one, isn't he? Charles is gonna be the mastermind after we defeat Arya. It's gonna be Charles. I know it. I fucking know it. I'm calling it. Always happy to help you out, Charles said, waving goodbye to Zoe as they went out of their office with a smile. Zoe waved goodbye as well, waiting for them to leave and close the door as they looked at Scarlet giddily. Yes, we got approved for the wedding. Zoe jumped around in excitement. My goodness, finally! I was truly starting to think we'd never make it to the big day. But it's just a short 3 days from now, ain't that right, sugar? They said in relief. Zoe nodded. Yes, just 3 days, and luckily we got our dresses bought. I'm still just down to know what that dress of yours looks like, sugar. You've been hiding it away from me this whole time. It's pure torture making me wait like this, you know that? And I keep on telling you to just wait when we arrive at the wedding venue for me wearing that dress, Webby, Zoe said firmly. Well, alright then, I'll go on and wait, sugar. Because I'll tell you what, if we hadn't finally gotten that approval for the wedding, I would have done whatever it took to see you wearing that dress. Approval or not. Scarlet says as she holds Zoe's chin. Zoe rolls her eyes looking at Scarlet. She smirks at her and gives her a little peck on her lips. I know, Webs. Charles, huh? My spider sense is tingling. Wait! Did we already have a Charles? We already have a Charles? In the universe? Did I miss the connection? Did I miss it? Oh, fuck. Prologue the Past, Part 1 ends. That's it. We got a little hint here. We definitely are seeing signs here, aren't we? That some of our raccoons, some of our critters were people. Were people at some unspecified point in time. How does that make you guys feel? So you guys can actually start thinking now. Not just for what your little raccoon sonas are, but what were your human sonas for your raccoons? What were your raccoons and your little critter sonas doing as people, potentially people? What are your thoughts, Cryptid? It was fun. I really liked it. It was a cool little tidbit. It was really neat. I like it a lot. This is some really fun lore. We're getting some more background lore with the raccoons are all people, and then we're also progressing the current Civil War story with Arya now starting an insurrection. I'm wondering if there's gonna be a connection, if something from the past is gonna become relevant into the end of the Civil War arc and into the present. I don't know. So with the whole struggle of the wedding getting approved, does that perhaps imply that homophobia is an issue in raccoon society? Wait, no, it was for Mothman and the Lady of the Moon Lady, right? Raccoon society. There's that Cryptid gave the animals gift that made them more human. That's what that it was kind of it. But again, this is for fun. This is for fan stuff, right? It's value raccoons for raccoons. This is way in the past, but yeah. So what if something happened that if you guys were all people and all the people were gone, and then Cryptid started running into raccoons and critters and giving them human intelligence, but now they're all remembering stuff from when they were human, or at least some of them are starting to remember stuff from when they were humans. What's happening here? What's the connection? What's going on? I don't know. But it's a fun bit. I really like it. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Everyone go ahead. Oh, unshrimp your spines. Oh, that was a big yawn. Unshrimp your spines. I know you guys are all shrimped over, hunched over, looking at your screens. I know you guys. Unshrimp it. Relax your shoulders. Move your shoulders back and forth. Move your neck back and forth. See the model's doing it with you. Up and down. Up and down. And back and forth. And there we go. Wait, what did I do? You gotta wait. Oh, am I trying to make you yawn too? No, I'm just yawning. It's almost 1:30 in the morning for me. I'm a sleepy cryptid. What was I saying? I don't remember. But yeah, it was a really fun update for Raccoon Channel 6 News. I'm interested. But oh my god, I feel like I was becoming consistent in Webby's accent. Like, I'm not saying that was the accent I've always used, but at least it was semi consistent throughout that time I read it. But then I felt like I lost Archie's voice. I'm like, fuck, how does Archie speak again? Hi, Roots. It's good to see you. For all my new little critters and raccoons in our community, the user you see there, Knitbone, that's actually Roots. That's my real life younger sibling, and that is Commander Roots for all of you guys here in the Cryptid Roots universe. I'm Cryptid, they're Roots. Together, we run our Cryptid Roots business, and we also run this channel together. So, yes, that is one of the few people you 100% cannot bully because they also have mod power. So, if they ban you, I will never know. uh, I find the Southern Comfort ASMR very soothing after work. Also, hey Roots! You know what that means? Someone needs to write a southern story, a cozy southern story with that kind of accent, and then I'll when I read your piece for critique, then I had to do that kind of voice the whole time. You don't sleep until 3 a.m. chatting night? I don't know what to tell you. I'm sleep. I got yawns. Baby raccoons turn to a dictator. We're theorizing. We're theorizing. What if the big betrayal that happens is something with baby raccoon? What if they're the mastermind? But I don't know now. I'm calling out Charles. I'm gonna stake my claim on Charles being evil. Because a French person saying they're happy to help somebody, I'm like, that's never happened. I think they're the traitor. Archie sounds... Yeah, but now whenever I try to do the slow, sexy voice like Jessica Rabbit, it starts melding into Webby's southern one. You're sleeping for hangout time? No, I can hang out for a bit. I would just ask you to put away Luna, because she's getting grumpy that her babies are existing. You might know who it is, who Charles is? Ooh, did I just forget? Am I having a Booba brain fart moment? Oh my god. Like Clara? I don't remember. Because Clara would have wanted... If you know, you know. Wait, what? You're not telling? Oh, no, I'll hang out on the couch with Roots, and we'll watch some more Fatal Frame. We're on the last little bit for Manor Asleep. We're just finishing up. I think we have like what? We have to watch Gab play like 1 or 2 more chapters of that, and then we're done with Manor Asleep. And then we can watch the next Fatal Frame. But yeah, so I can kind of like hang out until something scares me for Fatal Frame. I don't know if that's a second wind or if that's just being scared awake. So whatever way you want to interpret it as. But otherwise, I'm going to do my closing comments here. So yes, for everyone here, thank you so much for hanging out with Raccoon Channel 6 News. If anyone's just tuning in, we also did writing critiques earlier. We got to do 2 today. We got to do Hide and Heart. And we got to do a first-time critique for someone new to the stream as well. That was super exciting. If you guys are interested in getting your own stories read here on stream and getting critiques for it, there is a Discord link. You can go ahead and join the Discord. Submit your stuff. There's only a few rules. And we'll work on getting you all set up and have your stuff read. But I am slowly starting to work on removing some of the older entries from the queue. Some of them are over 2 months old. So you might see some reorganizing or some rearranging in the queue. And that's totally fine. I just might update some rules and stuff. We're gonna finagle this in the next little while to make it flow a bit more smoothly for everybody. It was so good to see you too, Satara. You ready to catch me some chores? Hey, it's absolutely okay. I always say put me on a side monitor, just listen to me yap in the background. There's nothing too exciting on screen that you really have to like focus 100% for. But otherwise, there is, if you guys are ever interested in catching up on other writing critiques or other games we've played on here, there is the YouTube VODs channel where all the VODs here on Twitch are uploaded. Sometimes I'm just a little bit behind, but they'll all eventually be up there and uploaded. So there's the VODs channel, and if you're interested in keeping up with the business, me and Roots' embroidery patch business, then there's just the normal Cryptid Roots YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Tumblr, and the Etsy shop. Everything else is kind of normal for the business. Um, yeah, if you guys like Project Hail Mary, we have finished doing all of the Fox patches inspired by the Fox cardigan Grace wears in Project Hail Mary, including the big back patches of the full body foxes. I think they turned out so fucking good. I'm so proud of them. But otherwise, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. We stream every other day, unless I'm just feeling a little sick or under the weather. So I will see you guys. Oh, Penny's on? Oh, should we do a quick raid? I can raid and drop you guys off with Penny. Let me go. I had to scroll down. Let's go ahead and drop you guys off with Penny as the babysitter. Where is Penny? Oh, they're playing that same game that I think we were watching before with them, that we joined in before. Start raid. Give me 1 second here. And raid. Everyone ready? Everyone be polite. Everyone say hi to Penny. Raid now.
Oh, hey, Cryptid.